In the world of Radio Shock Jock, the biggest are Opie and Anthony.
These people say shocking things that border on offensive in order to entertain their audience.
I refuse to sit here and think that radio has to be nice. Why? Why does radio, out of any other medium, have to be nice? We are being now held to a standard where we have to be nice and make people feel good. Go screw!
Radio bad boys, Opie and Anthony.
Controversial radio personalities, Opie and Anthony.
Infamous DJs, Opie and Anthony.
Talk show radio host, Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony.
Let's welcome Leslie Nielsen to the Opie and Anthony Show.
How do you do?
Would you play drunk or stroke? Okay, stroke.
Opie and Anthony.
My first time sort of touching a woman, I don't know what words we used.
First time you picked a girl's nose, what happened?
Her parents come home, so we break it all up, and the dog runs over, and he's just licking my finger.
This is where entertainment is going?
You're Chris Hansen. I am. Have you seen the show? I thought you were real funny on Opie and Anthony. Oh, you listened to me on Opie and Anthony.
Wow.
That's a plug you don't really want.
Unbelievable.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Oh, wait, I better turn it down. I don't want to annoy Anthony.
Oh, would you stop?
We'll start real soft today. Good morning.
Jesus.
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show. Are you okay, Anthony? Is this a good level for you? Is this okay right here?
Are you being a smartass?
Right about here, is this good?
You're being a smartass.
You wrecked our moment, though. Jimmy and I were enjoying some Rush.
You were not.
We were enjoying Rush. You walk into the studio screaming, "Turn it down. It's too loud for a Monday."
It was just too loud. And then my shoelace got caught in the wheel of the chair.
And then you destroyed your chair and threw it across the room. I'm like, oh, boy, this is going to be a fun morning.
No, I
What
said
happened?
before that was fabricated anger.
There was a little anger in there.
No, I was angry that my shoelace was caught, but it didn't, justify throwing a chair, but it was kind of funny.
Anthony getting his shoelace caught. Just the rage that came out, I can't tell you. I had to turn around. It was like my father getting mad. I just turned around and laughed at you. But it was like, I didn't want you to see me laughing because I didn't want to incur that wrath.
That was the same thing, though, when you're trying to pull your zipper down and it gets caught in your jacket and you just can't, pull it down. That was the same feeling. I looked down, my shoelace was stuck in an office chair wheel and, wound around, and I couldn't get it out of there.
And then you blamed the chair and destroyed it.
Well, I threw it.
Yeah, you did.
After the wheel came off and was still stuck on my shoe.
This was the part of the Rush song Anthony hated and started yelling at me about. All right, here it is. I love that song.
Yeah, it's a good song and all. But,
they were playing that song just before we got on the air here in New York City, and Jimmy and I were discussing how it's ridiculous that Rush is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Those guys were true musicians, and they've been ignored for who knows. How long have they been around? 30 years at this point?
I don't know.
Easily, right?
Yeah, in the mid-80s.
Because they're Canadian, I think.
Probably.
You think? Nah, come on.
They've put Canadians in there, haven't they?
It's just we've discussed it many times on the show. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is a complete joke. But
they're stupid.
But still, just throw Rush a bone and get them in there. There's some weird, obscure, one-hit wonder type groups in there. Get Rush in there. Neil Peart alone should be in there. Just put Neil Peart in there.
Yeah. He's dying of cancer right here.
Well, I think.
Does he have cancer?
Oh,
he's been dying of cancer for over a decade, I believe.
They said that, yeah, so many years, probably 20 years.
Yeah, I think he's...
There's always been the rumor, but he's fine.
I think he's fine now, right?
He's never had it.
He has the most depressing story. He had he was married and his daughter was a senior in college or something, or going to college, and she was on her way to college and she was killed or something in a car accident. And then not long after, his wife died of cancer. It was just his whole life was ruined.
Just horrific crap.
And he got on a motorcycle, I think, and just sold everything and just traveled. And they didn't know if the band would ever play again. He just traveled for 2 years on a motorcycle.
How do you know this?
Because Pete handles them. I have the same agent they do. And
of course.
No, that was a really big story.
That's how I know it, though. It's just
okay.
And he said that they just didn't know what was going to happen, and he just took off.
Let's say hi to Brooklyn Ace. Oof. Brooklyn Ace, what's up? You're on the Opie and Anthony Show. First call of the week.
Oh, boy, first call of the week. How nice.
Hey, Anthony, do I get the feeling somebody's flight was delayed coming back this weekend? Is that why you're so bitchy?
It was just a little flare-up. It's okay. Everyone's okay now. Everyone's okay.
In New York the whole weekend, my friend.
Yeah, we all went and saw Jim Norton.
So Jimmy Norton.
The Carolines.
Yes.
Very funny gentleman.
I was glad you guys came.
It was unbelievable. I haven't seen you in a while, man. Your new material rocks.
Oh, thanks, man.
Everyone in Chicago, they're going to have a good time this weekend, Jimmy.
Yeah, those shows are sold, so F them.
Yeah, people that are going like, oh, well, I've seen Jimmy before. Why should I go?
Nah,
because it's all new stuff.
You turn your stuff around, what, every 6 months, probably?
I would say more than that, maybe once a year. I mean,
really?
Yeah,
I don't know about that, Jimmy.
You think more?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so, definitely.
Maybe a few bits are the same, but in general, you're moving material forward. Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Top notch.
Phone number 877-212-O&A. Did everyone have a good weekend? Anything to bring up on the show?
I think driving fast, getting drunk, shooting guns.
Regular weekend.
All at the same time, by the way.
Nice.
That would be interesting.
You haven't done that one yet.
No.
All of those at the same time.
The trifecta.
Of craziness?
Yeah.
Well, Jimmy brought up an observation that should be discussed on the show for a minute or two. The Pope has finally left New York City.
Thank God.
And he was at Ground Zero yesterday. It was live on TV, and it just was really, really, really strange to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was strange to you too, Jimmy, or what?
Well, I'm just seeing it in the paper here. It's funny. I was riding around with my girlfriend the night before. I didn't realize that I forgot the Pope was going to be there the next morning. And there were cops everywhere. And we're like, why are there cops all over? We're just riding around, through the lower Manhattan.
Cops everywhere.
I mean, around Ground Zero. The entire lower Manhattan, it's like, oh, yeah, the Pope was going to be there. No wonder. They want shenanigans.
They just want to make sure everything's going to be all right.
Shenanigans, huh?
Yeah, it just seems a little,
they call it.
It seems a little weird. It's 7 years later.
It's almost, 6.5 years later, and he had some kind of lame, reflecting pool, and they were having trouble lighting a candle. Finally, what are the people that hang around him called? Bishops? Are they
pedophiles?
His right-hand man had to finally pull out a freaking Bic lighter to light the holy candle.
Really?
And I thought that was kind of funny, but it was just weird to see him there 6.5 years later.
Yeah.
But then you think about it, and John Paul was way too sick to go to Ground Zero when it all went down, back in 2001. So.
Yeah, but then his trip to Lakehurst, New Jersey was a little untimely, too.
He's just going to all the...
he's gone to every disaster.
Every disaster site in the area?
Yes. Trying to find out where the Great Fire in Chicago started. Yeah. Blessing that.
Yeah, blessing Mrs. O'Leary's cow.
Yeah, it was a little odd, I mean, a lot of these survivors and families felt that it was, pretty cool for him to go down there and, whatever makes him feel good. But I think for everybody else, even people in New York, like me and you and everybody, we kind of looked on like, who cares? Can we get the Pope out of there and get some cement trucks in there and start building something for God's sake?
I took a ride down at Ground Zero on Saturday. There's a lot of cranes. They're getting ready, it looks like.
Yeah, there's cranes. I know.
Yeah, there's a lot of big cranes in the area. It looks like they might finally start building something.
Ready to rock with that stupid Freedom Tower?
That thing should have been built by now. We should have started building, the following year. Let 1 year go by and then start building.
Yep.
It would have been done by now. You should see all the brand new buildings around Ground Zero that are up. Unbelievable. 30, 40, 50-story buildings completely done around Ground Zero. Yep. And there's still the whole hole in the ground there.
Ground Zero.
Waiting for construction to begin. So, victims of sexually abusive priests demonstrating outside of St. Pat's today.
Of course, any opportunity to protest.
Well, this is a biggie, though.
Yeah, it's a biggie, but I mean,
this is a biggie. The Pope's finally acknowledging this, so they're going to take advantage of this a little bit. I'm thinking,
but the Pope's gone now.
Well, they
left.
I guess
it's like maybe it would have been.
Well, they were able to talk to him, and the Pope was able to acknowledge, okay, we did some things wrong.
Whoopsie.
And that should make everything okay, I guess. I don't know. But here we go.
I will say a word about the sexual abuse that has caused so much suffering.
That comment in Pope Benedict's message or homily at St. Patrick's Cathedral Saturday was one of at least 3 statements about sexual abuse by priests made by the Pope during his visit to the U.S.
I join you in praying that this will be a time of purification for each individual particular church and religious community, and a time for healing.
Blah, 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 blah.
The time for healing was when the poor lad was laying on his belly for a week.
No kidding.
those little inflatable donuts.
Inflatable donut at the lunch table at school.
Do people actually use
it's in his lunchbox? He has to blow it up.
Do people actually have to sit on those things, though? I mean,
I don't know.
It makes for a great visual, but do people actually use them?
What happened to you? I was in the hospital. I had an accident.
I needed stitches.
I sat in a sucker bush. Too embarrassed.
Yeah.
Tell the truth.
This is like a decade or 2 decades too late, though, this crap.
Yeah.
But at St. Patrick's this morning, victims of sexual abuse by priests will encourage the Pope to back up his words with action. Their organization, Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests, or SNAP, calls Pope Benedict's words on the sex abuse issue strong. But they say the pontiff now has to take 5 specific steps to promote healing and to protect children.
5 steps they're asking for.
The hell?
Man, nothing's going to happen. They're just going to let this, now that he acknowledged it, they're just going to kind of go, move on with business and let it fade away naturally.
Yeah, the Pope, he can make these statements, but how is that going to change some priest in some parish somewhere abusing kids?
If you took a peek at the Pope coverage this weekend, they had a mass at St. Pat's Cathedral. Something that was very obvious. They had adult men as altar boys.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
They didn't want the picture. That's what it was. They didn't want the picture of the little tussleable-headed lad.
The adult men as altar boys, very, very creepy to see. Just didn't look right.
Yeah.
Didn't look right at all.
Altar men. Try to lay your hands on me.
Yeah, exactly.
Will ya?
Now, here are those 5 steps. They want the Vatican to comply with the United Nations Charter protecting children and not allow abusive priests to remain in the priesthood. They also want the Pope to discipline bishops who have transferred sexual offending priests to other dioceses and to accept the U.S. Child Victims Act as well as turn in abusers to law enforcement.
I don't see that really happening.
No, there's way too many.
F your steps.
Way, way, way too many. So.
And we said we were sorry.
Yes.
His voice is a little bit
very sorry. That's chicken.
Sometimes I'm a bad boy,
Yeah, sometimes the priests are bad boys.
Sometimes I'm a bad boy, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to Andrew in New Mexico. Andrew, good morning.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Good morning.
Hey.
I'm up on an ungodly hour.
Yeah.
Just to talk to you guys.
All right. What are you doing?
You are.
Oh, right now, just walking around. Listen, I called to thank you guys.
Why?
Just for making me happy for my drive and all that. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at Anthony's comment about the time for healing was when the little lad was laying on his belly.
When are you guys gonna bring the virus over here? When are you guys gonna bring the comedy over here?
I don't. What are you talking about? You want a traveling virus or whatever? The comedy tour we do?
Yeah.
I think we're only doing maybe 3 dates this summer. I think we've pulled back a bit. I think we're doing New York, Buffalo, possibly Boston, and I think that's it, right? A quick little 3 weeks, and we're done this summer. We got other projects that we're all working on that makes it almost impossible to tour all summer. Like
solo album?
Yeah, solo albums for everybody. Rock.
All right. I'll get an album. Hey, listen, Jimmy Norton, man. Jimmy Norton has the wittiest comedy in the world.
Thank you.
Jesus, man, I'm not even that sharp.
Thank you.
You're not even that
wow,
sharp.
Come
really?
on now.
Wow.
I find that hard to believe.
You're not even that sharp. What does that say about Jimmy, who's been doing this since he was like a fetus? He's like a well-seasoned comic. He's been on HBO. He's been all over TV, but you're not even that witty.
Well, I usually am with my friends, but
yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. When you're all like sharing the pipe.
Banter,
what?
When I hear that banter come out, I'm like, oh damn! I didn't think about that.
What drug are you on, Andrew?
Pardon?
What's your drug of choice? I'm going to go with New Mexico, maybe a little crystal meth.
I think he's just boozing it.
Oh yeah,
boozing it up.
I'm losing it today. Oh, actually, I just got off of work about 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago, or something like that.
All right.
Listen, I know you guys like coming to casinos. I work at a casino. I'm not going to say which one. Come on down. We'll treat you.
Hey, can you give us one funny thing you've said to your friends?
One funny thing? Oh, don't put me on the spot.
Why, man? We're on the spot every morning trying to make crap up.
You'd be surprised how funny that stuff is.
I'm not getting paid for it. I'm not getting paid for it.
But how about you help the show? You've been babbling for 3 or 4 minutes. No one gives a crap about your phone call. So give us something that you've said to your friends that is funny.
Oh, hell. Oh, now you're just putting me on the spot.
All right. Think about it for a second, man. It's all right.
Yeah,
no
you're
rush.
hanging. You're with your friends. You're the funny guy. And you crack them up.
Talking about like a joke or something like that?
Like, I'll tell you something funny. My friend and me were talking, right? And I had a headache. And my friend's like, how you doing? And I go, well, I'd complain, but who'd listen?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, that's usually, I'm like, you know what? What's the point of complaining?
Right.
That's not really all that funny, is it?
It is, though. I mean, in a weird way.
Sure.
Kind of.
So what else do you tell them that makes them laugh?
Well, usually, I don't know. I can't really do this on the air.
You're laughing, so obviously you thought of something.
I'm laughing because I had about a 6-pack of beer in me. Let's see. What do I tell my friends to make them laugh?
All right, here's something. Like, I was out with some buddies, right? And we were in a restaurant, and like the waiter was like awful. He was just slow. And I said to my friend, I said, I'm hungry enough to eat a horse, but I doubt they serve him here.
See? Just stuff like that. Just stuff like that.
Honestly, I can't honestly.
All right, Andrew.
Anyways, I hope they keep you guys here on the Buzz forever.
The Buzz? Are we on a station in New Mexico that I don't know?
Time. We're on the Buzz.
Oh, the Buzz, of course. Hello to everyone listening to us on the Buzz.
Yeah, you guys don't start until like 5 in the afternoon.
Oh, God. That's crazy.
I know. So that's usually the time that I'm driving to work, so it's perfect.
Oh, so you're going to be able to hear this call
later on today.
Yeah, I will.
No, I know. We're on in Albuquerque, which is... are you in Albuquerque, sir?
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, thank you for listening.
Well, thank you for taking my call.
All right, Andrew. Thanks.
Bye.
And that's how we start a new week of radio. Phone number 877-212-0-A. Oh, it'll get much, much, much better than that.
To listen to the replay, and I want to tell them right now, you stink.
You really slow down.
You're driving to work right now.
The radio show today.
Hit an abutment.
Yeah. Don't call us drunk anymore, stupid. Opie and Anthony, stay there. Hey, good morning to everybody. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. All right, Hank. Really fast. We had Laszlo on the show on Friday.
Yeah.
Talking about Grand Theft Auto 4. He brought the game in. I think we're pretty much the first people outside Rockstar to really check out the game.
Yep.
And we all got a turn playing the game. He brought one of his programmers, head programmers, I think.
Yeah.
Or plays the game.
He's the guy, the tester, one of the game testers.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
And on the big screen behind Anthony, he was playing it all morning, and then over at XM, he was playing it all morning. And the audio from Laszlo's appearance and the audio of Jimmy playing Grand Theft Auto 4 went up on YouTube, and unbelievable. Like, the videos got 120,000 views apiece since Friday. Since Friday. Because I guess what? Laszlo was admitting a lot of stuff, talking about spoilers and stuff.
Well, there were a couple of spoilers in there that he was talking about. The fact that, there's some kind of a mock computer that you could get on in the game and read blogs and emails, things like that. So he gave away a few details of the game. I don't think anything that's really a spoiler. It wasn't any missions that were being wrecked or anything.
It was mostly more information about the game itself.
Few details. And just the fact that we were able to see the game in-game and comment on it got people really excited because we were all just gushing over how amazing the graphics are in this one.
And all we had to do is get just a little video of the actual game, and we would have been heroes today.
Well,
instead, it's just audio clips. They're up on YouTube, and unbelievable. The Jim Norton one, him playing Grand Theft Auto, was one of the top videos yesterday on all of YouTube.
Now, this is Jimmy is not a gaming guy.
No.
He doesn't game. But this is a game you want to play.
Listen to me. This is why I hate Laszlo. I woke up when I went home. I took a nap. I woke up thinking of the video game.
See?
I'm finished.
Oh, wait till you play it, because that's what happens. You start looking around and waking up and thinking, when you drive down the street, you're going, oh, man, could I just run that person over?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I could just smash that person over the head with a bat.
Or at least you start blowing off, like, red lights and stuff. That's when you know you really hooked Jimmy.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, you just blow off the red lights as you're driving along.
Too bad Sam didn't videotape me playing. That would have been at least something to...
Yeah.
Dude, if that's what they should have done, is have a video of you playing instead of just the audio that's with the logo. Yeah, that would have been really funny, just seeing Jimmy's face.
Jimmy was just driving, and another great feature of the game, the graphics in this one. Remember when you first played GTA, just amazed by the graphics and gameplay?
Mm-hmm.
This gives you that feeling again. You're like, oh, my God. Because Jimmy's driving around, and, of course, he's running people over on the sidewalk. And there's just splats of blood all over the front of his car, which is a great detail.
But the fender's hanging off, and there's blood on the hood, and of course you want to back over people.
Of course you do.
And they're still laying there. They don't disappear.
No.
They're still bloody and laying there waiting for your tires.
Well, and sometimes they try to get up, and you just back right over them again.
And Jimmy, you could drive to another part of the game, come back to that spot a little later on, and those people will still be dead on the sidewalk.
And I will.
Yeah, just to make sure they're not moving and turning into zombies.
A good thing is you run people over, and you get out of your car, and you take their money.
Mm.
Because their money will be laying out there after you kill them. And then when the ambulance comes up, you shoot the ambulance drivers, and then you get in the ambulance and drive around and run people over with the ambulance.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
It's a lot of fun.
You put the siren on?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You have no idea.
People get out of the way when you put the siren on.
You have no idea what you're getting yourself into, Jimmy. You'll never actually play the game. You'll just fool around. But yeah, they upgraded the graphics. It's just unbelievable. But it was a good hit for the radio show, man. Everyone's checking it out on YouTube. So Grand Theft Auto on YouTube, or Opie and Anthony and Jim Norton on YouTube, whatever. But bravo.
The physics too on the game where bodies fall and hit the ground and land different. They bounce off of stuff. If you shoot somebody and they fall off a structure and strike something else, blood will fly out of their heads when they hit the ground. It's fantastic.
And when you get blown up, you go in slow motion.
Oh yeah. When you get killed in a really cool way, it's just slow motion of you getting launched 20 feet in the air.
And if you get shot now, like let's say you get shot in the leg, your leg will start bleeding and you'll start limping, which will affect how you get out of a situation because you're not going to be able to run as fast.
Another thing, a little realism thrown in there. If you're doing 100 miles an hour and slam into a brick wall, you're going through the windshield. Mm-hmm. It's not like you can just sit in the car, get back out, have the car burst into flames, find another car. You're going through the windshield into the wall.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
So, very, very cool. That was very exciting to see over the weekend that those videos did very, very well, even though they're audio clips. Where's Steve? I didn't forget. Bring in Steve, the executive producer of the Opie and Anthony Show.
That's how you executive produce.
A little observation about Steve as he walks in to the show this morning.
It is Steve C. Boo! Steve,
what are you doing?
What's the scoop?
I was trying to grow my hair long, and it gets kind of fro-ish.
Yeah.
If I don't sort of plaster it down with something, so I had this in, my very strong gel, and I gave it a good, quart or two of gel plus some hairspray, and it's kind of shellacked into my head right now.
Yeah, you gave it the big pullback is what it is. It's sort of like, greased back. And it's a new look for you.
It's a bad look, I can tell.
It is Steve, and that is how you executive produce.
I could tell just by the 2 steps into the office this morning.
Yeah, what did Sam say?
Not a good look, Steve.
Sam, what? Exactly.
Sam is the biggest smartass. Steve just walks in a second.
Yeah.
Sam looks and goes, "Not a good look, Steve."
Yeah. It didn't take long. It didn't take long for Sam to issue his disapproval on my look. And Sam, thanks to you, I will not be coming in with this hairdo anymore.
Are you going for a ponytail?
I was thinking about it, but having the long hair is really a pain in the ass. It really
for the
is.
ponytail. Why not? I enjoy 1985.
That's sort of what I was getting at.
I kind of like the regular Steve coif.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know what...
Why don't you just shave it completely
you to do that?
Completely to, bald.
I was thinking about that. But then the sideburns are going to be awkward.
No, you keep the sideburns.
How do you do that?
That looks pretty silly. They need to start somewhere, sideburns.
Yeah. There's a lot of guys that go skin, but they still have the sideburns and the facial hair.
I've never seen that.
Well, give me a picture. That's a look.
But you have to connect it somehow to your mustache. Like sideburns have to be connected to something. Maybe eyebrows.
So if it's not connected to the hair on your head, it's got to be connected to your goatee.
So bring the sideburns down to their mutton chops.
Right.
At the chin.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like they're growing out of the mustache and up the ear.
And then up.
And then stop at the ear with a shaved head.
And with a shaved head looking ridiculous.
That's going to look ridiculous as well.
Your hair looks like Hannibal Lecter.
Thank you, Jim.
It's very Lecterish.
Is it real stiff and hard?
Oh.
No, not your hair.
No. Yes, it is.
Very, very nice, Steve. Enjoy that fine look of yours.
My kingdom for a comb.
It's terrific.
No, it's not.
We're all enjoying it.
Yeah. Gonna dig in the look. There he goes. Steve, sunlight is coming up. I have to get to my coffin. Ooh.
And there he goes. Hey, we have a Jack Cafferty update. I want to just say to CNN, because I'm sure they're all big fans of the Opie and Anthony show.
Of course they are.
Listen every morning. Just hang in there. Hang in there.
Don't bend over.
Don't blink. Hang in there. I want to see what happens if you just play something all the way to the end.
Yeah, let's
play it through.
It's an experiment.
Yeah.
In this whole age we're living in of political correctness and these protests, pressure from ethnic groups,
right,
and protests, and seeing what happens,
right.
So let it ride,
and let's
see what happens, and watch. Nothing will happen.
You can make all of our jobs a lot easier if you just hang in there and play this one out.
Be the litmus test.
Just in case you don't know what's going on, Jack Cafferty had this to say recently on CNN. Remember, his whole gig is not to read the news.
No, he does commentary.
So
he throws in opinion. It's not just like an anchor that has to report the news. Jack Cafferty's on there to throw in his opinion on things.
That's his whole gig, so he pretty much should be able to say whatever the hell he wants.
Right.
For the most part.
Especially under the guise of news.
As we continue to import their junk with the lead paint on.
Talking about the Chinese, obviously.
Talking about
China.
Chinese. The products that they've been shipping over here are it's crap. It is junk. It's tainted with lead and other heavy metals. And it's garbage. It's produced by people that are being taken advantage of. They get paid crap.
Well, it's obvious we've had a lot of problems with the goods from China in recent months.
Yes.
So I think Jack Cafferty was talking about that and other things.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
As we continue to import their junk with the lead paint on them and the poison pet food and export, jobs to places where you can pay workers $1 a month to turn out the stuff that we're buying from Walmart. So I think our relationship with China has certainly changed. I think they're basically the same bunch of goons and thugs they've been for the last 50 years.
All right, Jack, stand by. I want everybody to stand by. We have a lot more to talk about.
See, stupid wolf.
all right,
okay.
Okay, Jack.
It's a bit controversial, and I know I do the Situation Room, but I certainly don't want a situation on my hands. Ugh.
And that was a prime example of somebody commenting on the government of China. First of all, Jack Cafferty's got no reason to slam the Chinese people. They're just as much victims as anybody else in this whole thing. The government in China is the same bunch of thugs that it was 50 years ago. They rule with an iron fist under their communist government and treat their people like crap. They have a horrible human rights record, and that's what he's commenting on. And these dumb sons of bitches are protesting him now. They should be saying yes.
Right.
That's why we're here in America, because China stinks.
Well, let's go back up just slightly here. Jack Cafferty, of course, there was a problem with his comment, and CNN made him apologize because none of these guys want to apologize on their own ever. So this is what Jack Cafferty did.
Before we get to the question, a clarification.
Wow.
Last week, during a discussion of the controversy surrounding China's hosting of the Olympic Games, I said that the Chinese are basically the same bunch of goons and thugs they have been for the last 50 years. I was referring to the Chinese government and not to Chinese people or to Chinese Americans.
Which was very obvious, like Anthony said. And let's make it perfectly clear. He did not want to make that statement. He was probably screaming, kicking and screaming all the way.
Crotchety old bastard, you can tell.
All the way to the set.
Plus, it's annoying because what he said was obviously, anyone listening honestly can see that was aimed at the government. It wasn't aimed at the people, and it's an obvious thing to have to clarify.
Yeah, when you say for the past 50 years, you're not talking about an individual. You're not talking about a people. You're talking about the government.
Right.
I wasn't talking about the Chinese people. I was talking about the restaurant down the street from me.
Well, that should have been it for the controversy.
Should have been,
but it's continuing to grow, and this is the latest.
Thousands of angry Chinese Americans demonstrated outside of CNN's Hollywood studios today.
Who's the honcho here?
Protesters are demanding that CNN fire its news commentator Jack Cafferty.
Of course.
He called Chinese imports, quote, junk, and referred to Chinese leaders as, quote, a bunch of goons and thugs.
Yeah.
We Chinese people want they tell us the truth and tell the world. We want their apologize.
CNN apologized last week for the remarks, which Cafferty says referred to the Chinese government, not the Chinese people. But the Chinese foreign minister claims the CNN apology was insincere.
Oh.
Ask him where he got those scars.
You know what's funny? It's like a lot of the Chinese hate the way their government is because they're so repressive. And they're so bad with human rights and all that stuff. So what do? They're here, and they hear somebody say something unpopular, and they immediately want them fired instead of realizing that's the price you pay in a free society.
Exactly.
It's amazing how sickening.
You can't have it both ways.
If you want a society where somebody can't say that the Chinese government is full of goons and thugs, then go to China.
Because you're not allowed to say
Yeah, because you can't say the goons and thugs in charge will put you in prison or kill you. You're here because you have the right to voice your opinion, but so does Jack Cafferty.
And his apology wasn't sincere? How do you know that? I'm sure he wasn't happy that he had to apologize, but it sounded pretty sincere to me.
But here it is, the whole firing thing again. Again, a bunch of people get together and decide, it's time for someone to lose their goddamn job for voicing an opinion on a show where he gives commentary and where he was talking about a government that is known for being goons and thugs over the years. This is no surprise. Jesus Christ, the same people that ran over people in Tiananmen Square with tanks. Stop it already.
I had a bike right through a Tibet protest this weekend.
Did you?
Yes, right through. I'm like, get out of my way.
You were all angry?
Yes. I gave him a boo. Boo.
Boo.
Stop blocking the bike path with your nonsense. It's 80 degrees in New York, and I want to be on my bicycle.
It's a nice day. I want to be happy.
Yes, I don't need your Tibet crap right now. Get out of my way.
That's another thing, the Chinese and the people of Tibet.
So... I just want to read this one line, so you know the story by now. Here's one of the protesters, Lake Wang, 39, told the Los Angeles Times.
Not Lake Wang.
Lake Wang.
Is he the one that they're going to for the quotes?
The Lake Wang, he said, we understand free speech, but...
right there.
But.
Stop the but.
You can't say you understand free speech and then add a but.
No.
In America. You just can't do it.
But if something is said that we don't like, We don't believe in free speech.
That's
Is that
the
end of the
only
statement?
thing that
Exactly.
he can follow that up with that would make any sense based on this
Is that what he
situation.
You don't understand free speech, Lake Wang, if you are quoted saying, we understand free speech, but what if Cafferty said this?
Good fishing there, by the way.
What?
Good boating.
Where?
On Lake Wang.
Oh.
It's great. You ever been there? It's by the Finger Lakes region.
Dude, the jokes.
Wonderful.
The jokes we could do right now.
Of course.
I just want the faithful listeners to just imagine right now.
Yes.
Imagine. That's right. That's right. But see, the company we work for, very, very scared of
Petrified.
Asians. Very
Petrified.
scared of Asians.
Asian groups, congratulations. You've become as self-righteous
Yeah.
and as self-important and as humorless as every other despicable self-interest group in this country.
Yeah.
They're no different than any other ones, whether it's religious groups or sexual groups or gender groups. They're all the
Congrats.
same. They are self-involved and self-obsessed, and they have nothing but self-interest, and they say freedom of speech is fine, but.
You made it. You made it.
Congratulations.
But.
What was the
Good
rest-
job. Well done.
We understand free speech, but what if Cafferty said this about other racial groups? I think he would be fired.
He didn't say anything about a racial group. He was talking about a government.
Right. And then this Lake Wang continues, I think he's jealous of China. Who the
that
hell's
is-
jealous of China?
Jealous of China? Why, so you could wear clothes and eat food and become a pencil? Stop with the lead already. And he could have gone on and talked about the Congo, the government in the Congo, or Rwanda. And are black people going to come out of the woodwork and say that there's a problem with that because he's talking about the government, a corrupt government that kills people, genocide, things like that? You can talk about that. He was talking about the thugs and goons in China that are running things. And they are thugs and goons that are running things over there. The government is horrible. They have a horrible record of human rights. And they're hosting the Olympics, which is supposed to be this goodwill competition that the entire world is involved in. It's a hypocrisy.
Yeah, that's weird that the Olympic Committee went with that one.
Oh, it absolutely is, and they're trying to hide things. They're sweeping crap under the carpet over there. So when the West comes over and takes a little visit, and the TVs are all over the place in China, it doesn't look like they're the torturous goons and thugs
that the government
that they are.
Is.
Yeah.
A crowd estimated by police at 2,000 to 5,000 gathered, chanting and holding signs that read, Fire Cafferty.
That's good.
And CNN.
McFly! Did it come out in a fax? Love that one.
And other signs that said CNN, which means Chinese negative news.
I get it.
And then you got 2,000 people were outside CNN headquarters in Atlanta doing the same thing. So I just hope CNN hangs in there and doesn't freaking fire Jack Cafferty over this.
Do you know, I was watching...
We got to fight back finally, so the broadcasters of America aren't scared to do their jobs.
Yep.
You mentioned the Congo, and the first thing I thought of when he said other races was that. I was watching I'm depressed this morning. I was watching a special on the barbarian...
Did you watch the rape of... That's what I watched.
Watching before I came here.
That's what I watched.
I'm so depressed about the way they
Did you watch it because you thought it might be a little hot?
No, I knew it would be awful.
I turned it on thinking, all right, I'm going to be honest. I thought maybe some of the stories might be hot, but it was the most depressing, awful, unsexy thing.
It's terrible. They raped the women there, the soldiers in the Civil War, ever since Mobutu was knocked out in the 90s. And they rape them, but they don't just rape them. It's like 10 guys will rape them, and then they use like sticks and guns to mutilate them.
Yeah.
So they wreck their bladders and their inside. It's terrible, man. It's really, really...
It's a weapon of war that they use just as much as a gun or a machete. They are killing these women through rape and keeping them from having kids. It's a method of genocide. It's degradation. These women are just outcasts when this happens, too. Mm-hmm. The husbands leave them. They blame them for it. It's just this horrible situation that's going on. And, no one says anything about that.
Yeah, they all have 30% of them get AIDS from this.
Yeah.
It's such it's such barbarism, and it's like I really felt bad for it. It's like these people just living like in dirt, and these awful huts, and their families reject. It just sucks. But it's like if you blast that government, which there really isn't a government, but the behavior there is repugnant. Black people are not going to come out and protest you because they know it's the truth. In the Sudan and all Rwanda, it stinks. It's terrible. They're terrible people are doing this.
Yeah, horrible. But Jack Cafferty mentions the Chinese government and Chinese people that are here that should know better are protesting. They should be applauding the guy. Yes, they are. The government does suck over there.
Thanks to bringing it to more people's attention.
Yeah.
God, I hope CNN hangs in there because, enough.
Yeah.
Well,
just stop it.
They'll threaten the advertisers. Because that's what they do when they understand free speech. But is we go to your advertisers because Kleenex and a tidy bowl should somehow dictate what is said on the airways.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll be keeping an eye on that story. Hey,
certainly will.
Speaking of CNN, before the break, want to squeeze this in. It's our CNN break. You hear about the reporter that was caught in Central Park over the weekend?
Ooh, he's a naughty, naughty boy.
But see, that's what I'm getting at. Like a few of the reports and a few of the papers made it very innocent, but I think it was. I want to give credit to the Post. I think
they gave all the details.
They got the full story.
Naughty boy.
A CNN reporter was arrested Friday in Central Park with a small amount of meth on him in his pocket, but he avoided jail time by agreeing to undergo drug counseling and therapy. Richard Quest, I guess he's one of the big faces on CNN. He does what? Some kind of travel bit for the for CNN. Was arrested around 3:40 a.m. on account of possession of a controlled substance, a misdemeanor that usually refers to a personal use amount of a drug. He was also charged with loitering. The park officially closes at 1 a.m. So he's in the park at 3:40 a.m. with another dude.
Right there is trouble. If you're in the park at all at 3:30
3:40. Whatever. Like it matters, yes.
You're not doing something good.
As soon as the police saw him and kind of arrested him for being in the park after hours, this Richard Quest told the officers, "I've got some meth in my pocket." So he admitted, "I got some drugs on me."
And the other guy said,
"That's terrible. I'm sorry."
The other guy decided to grow his hair long, and so no one recognized him.
Let me slick this back.
Yes, I'm going to go lay in a coffin filled with dirt from my home country and upload Foundry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Central Park's wonderful at 3:30 in the morning.
And that's how you become the undead.
He hosts CNN Business Traveler and Quest. I guess he's very, very recognizable on CNN.
And in the park, apparently.
At his arraignment in Manhattan's criminal trial. Okay, if he does a little counseling and therapy, they'll throw the charges away.
But that isn't the naughty part, is it?
That sounds like, wow, the guy's in the park with another dude, 3:40, the park closes at 1, a little drugs on him.
Yeah.
Well, only one of the papers, I think it was the Post, had more details, and the details are this. He had a small sex toy in his pocket, his back pocket, I believe, and he had some kind of rope that was tied around his neck and his you-know-what?
And his,
know.
genitals.
Yeah, people know. A rope tied around his neck and his other neck.
Can you say penis?
A rope. Well, I think it was just tied around like everything.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, the junk.
And they even said in the paper, not sure what that means, but that's how he was kind of caught.
With some other guy, like something was going on, and they were interrupted.
Something was going
down. Pretty much what happened. And if your neck is tied like that, perhaps, depending on how long or short the rope is, you would have to be either standing straight up if it's a long rope, or hunched over in a certain position if this rope is a little short. Perhaps it keeps you, from standing up straight.
That is some bizarre behavior.
Yeah,
but most of the papers avoided the rest of the details, but we have them for you here on the show.
No, those are the details.
A little sex toy in his pocket and a rope around his neck and other part of his body there.
I don't know. Maybe he was listening to Jimmy's act. Thought he could use it for self-defense. Your bit. With the pull it out and smack him in the face. Jimmy doesn't remember his own act.
I know.
It's funny. Believe me, Jimmy, it was funny.
Thank you.
All right. So there you go. That's the story of Richard Quest.
Yes.
I don't think he'll be on CNN anytime soon. You can't have a guy like that on CNN.
When you name your kid Dick Quest, it's kind of like,
yeah. Well,
all right. What are you looking for, kid? Well, I'm on a quest.
He was on a quest Friday night, it looks like.
Yeah.
In our humble opinions.
Well, CNN sounds like it's Chinese negative news, and it's also something neck noose. What could that C stand for?
I don't know. Keep that over.
You know, I think you got to let this guy keep his job, because then everyone's going to want to see how this guy handles live TV after this incident.
Yeah.
Awkward. Phone number 877-212-ONA. We'll continue in just a bit, obviously. Stay there. We're going to send this one out to Boston this morning. A big good morning to everybody listening to us on WBCN. It's Marathon Day.
Yes.
Welcome to the jungle.
Have fun.
Well, it is fun for everybody. I was about to say that I feel bad for Boston today because of the marathon. It shuts down the city. But Boston has figured it out. And this is what we should have done with the Pope's visit. Today becomes a huge drinking day in Boston.
It certainly does.
A huge drinking day. They got the Boston Marathon, and years ago they realized, man, this shuts down the entire city. People are miserable. They can't get to work, blah, blah, blah. So know what Boston does? They turn around and make it like some kind of like local holiday or something. Everyone got the day off. It's Patriots Day or something like that.
Yeah, they call it something else. Patriots Day.
And everyone just gets hammered and watches the marathon today.
Mm-hmm.
All the bars are just going to be packed in a few hours, and they're going to root the runners on. They barely root the runners on. It's just an excuse to drink.
I'm going to put my money on a Kenyan.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be an Irishman this year.
Oh, really? Do you think the guy in the gorilla suit's going to win?
Right.
The wacky marathon people that dress like in a spacesuit or something? Hey, look at me. Attention whores.
Who's going to be the guy that proposes to his chick along the marathon route?
Yeah.
We're going to stop at mile 13.
And interesting story out of the marathon, a proposal. Later. Oh, shut up. They get trampled.
So, there you go.
I have, of course, our marathon moment. Watching Uda Pippig lose control of every single faculty she could possibly lose control of.
And she still won the race, right?
Yeah, she won the women's side. She was in little shorts, and she ran past us, and we were like, because she was a big deal. So we're like, oh, here she comes. Here comes Uta Pippig. And she passes us by, and as she passed, you just heard the crowd go like, oh,
whoa.
Because her legs, let's just say, her legs looked as if she was trying to smuggle chocolate-covered cherries in her shorts, and they all just melted. That's what it looked like. Because there were things going on. There were things going on.
As a kid,
and
you ever
she lost everything.
Yeah, as a kid, you ever play in a field that's very muddy and filled with lots of cherry pies all over the place? And you're running around kicking the soccer ball around, and then you get home to mommy, and you're like, "Wow, look at my legs!" Unbelievable! It was a great moment.
Is it on video?
I'm sure it's got to be somewhere.
As soon as she crossed the finish line, I remember they completely covered her up.
Wrapped her up.
They wrap up a lot of the runners. I know that. I know a little bit about marathons, but in her case, they pretty much brought out a huge blanket. Oh my God, cover her immediately.
But it was down to her ankles.
Remember the guy? I think we were at this bar called Mary Ann's.
Oh God, yeah, I know what you're going to talk about. Look at our marathon memories.
Oh, yeah.
Look at what they consist of.
I also punched someone in the face at Mary Ann's live on the radio, but we're all trying to get along these days, so I'll just leave that story for another day. But we're like kind of broadcasting outside Mary Ann's, and this guy, we can't tell you what the national descent he was.
Well, it could have been somebody that might have been protesting.
Sure. All of a sudden ran off the marathon route and just kind of like went to the side of this bar, Mary Ann's.
Yeah.
And did number 2.
and in the middle of
everybody.
Just not even trying to find privacy.
No.
He just had to go. He's running a marathon.
Yeah, and then got back on.
That's it.
And started running again.
How about this? How about if you're running a marathon, you don't do that in front of everybody. How about this? You tack an extra 2 minutes onto your time. How about you do that?
Yeah, I don't think he was winning.
No.
So, I mean, yeah.
So,
find a bathroom.
How about you find a toilet and tack 2 more minutes on?
Find a chairlet.
That's what's happening in Boston today. And, of course, the Bruins got Game 7 tonight against Travis's stupid Canadians. F the Canadians.
Oh, jeez. Literally? And now you're going to have to apologize.
Why?
Because you said F the Canadians. People don't understand that you mean the hockey team.
Oh, yeah.
They think you mean the people of Canada. No. And now the Canadians are going to protest.
Yeah, what are they going to do?
Do Canadians protest?
Of course not.
They've never seen them protest one thing, and we've treated them like crap for years.
Canadians don't protest because they're thankful for everything they got. Oh, thank you that you're our neighbor.
Thank God America is to our south, or we would be communists right now.
You know we stand on guard for thee. Just in case you need us, we'll be here standing on guard for thee. We all know what thee means.
The retarded little brother.
There are
just standing there. That's okay. Yeah, you're gonna take care of us now. That's right. Very good, Canada. Very good.
I predict the Canadians beat the Bruins Game 7 tonight. Why are you yelling, Travis?
Oh, no.
What happened?
Oh, because you know what that means.
Don't do that to me.
What?
Oh, boy.
Why would you curse the Canadians like that?
You're a pea-whipped turncoat traitor.
Why am I a turncoat?
Is what you are.
Yeah,
because how long have you been a Canadians fan?
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, for at
Since
least
you said I do?
For at least a season, maybe 2.
I didn't like hockey until
you married a Canadian girl
who's a hardcore
Canadians fan, and now you're here sticking up for the Canadians?
Well, no, it's kind of like I never really liked hockey. And
so you couldn't, like a man, just pick your own team? An American team, perhaps?
What was your team growing up?
I didn't have a team growing up.
So,
I did not like hockey.
So Anthony's right. You just started following the Canadians only a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Based on your girl's choice of hockey team.
What, am I going to just randomly root for some other team?
Yes, to make her unhappy.
Pick a team.
Everyone she hates, that's the one you pick. What's wrong with you?
All right, I'll be a Toronto fan now.
Okay, if the Canadians lose, we kill Dexter.
I don't like.
Yes, I like that.
Your stupid little dog.
Yes, I like
Dexter.
that idea.
We get to kill him.
Bring in Dexter tomorrow so we could chop its head off.
I have a 50-50 chance of keeping my dog after tomorrow.
Yeah.
Did you like the Canadians because of the pretty colors on their uniform?
No.
No?
What do you like about? What do you like about the Canadians?
What do you like about the Canadians?
I enjoy having a hockey team to root for.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus. I like that Poopsie won't hit me if I cheer for another team.
Now, come on.
That's more of a joke.
I don't think
when the Philly crew gets together with me, there's bench clearing brawls. They know I'm not a true Flyers fan.
That's because you already have a team.
I do have a team that was knocked out a long time ago.
The Isles.
The good old Islanders. But we're getting that lighthouse built, right, guys?
And you like them because they have that handsome left wing? Is that why you like the Canadians?
Why do you like the Canadians? Besides the fact that your chick likes the Canadians.
Yeah.
No reason.
Just because your chick likes the
Where are you from?
No,
Where are you from originally?
You're whipped.
Baltimore.
Well, so
right?
The Capitals.
Yeah, but see, my father, didn't like hockey, so he pushed me.
I know.
Into baseball and everything.
Your mom liked the Capitals.
No, she did not like the Capitals.
And of course, now that mommy's out of the picture, you can't like the Capitals.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Travis's mom left him 7 years ago and hasn't talked to him since.
So he has to latch on to his girl and,
and whatever she likes.
Whatever she likes, he likes. I understand now. Now it makes perfect sense. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, you got mommy issues.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We forgot about you and your mommy issues.
It's not like I root for Canadian football or something.
His mom went to B&H Photo and hopped on a hog and rode off into the sunset.
B&H Photo.
That is such a great line.
Oh.
For the people that understand, they're laughing. For the ones that don't, we can't explain everything.
They're run by Hasidics.
All right. Well, you just explained it then. Sure.
It's a great store. I didn't realize. I think I buy every bit of my camera equipment.
I really thought the explanation was going to take a couple minutes. No, one line. Everyone now gets it.
Yeah,
anyway, So, Travis,
I don't think there's anything wrong with why
mommy leaving?
No. With why I got into, liking the Canadians. There's nothing wrong with that.
Because if she wants to leave, she'll remember that you like the Canadians and she'll love you more.
There you go.
Yeah.
Does she have to explain the rules of hockey to you? Ugh.
She doesn't have to.
I guarantee she had to. Because she's hardcore.
Yeah,
I've talked to her about hockey. She's really into it. And if you didn't watch hockey growing up, that means that she had to explain a few things to you.
I've asked questions, sure.
Oh,
What's wrong with getting into a sport?
What are they sliding on? What is that surface? It seems slippery.
I know the basics.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
That it's ice and they wear skates.
Yeah.
He probably asks stupid questions like, how come there's only 3 on that team? She's like, come on, you fag, I've explained this to you. She's smoking, got a beer in her hand. She wants no part of the dumb questions.
Just shut up.
So what's the definition of icing?
What does that mean?
What does icing mean?
You had to ask about icing?
Yes.
Oh, God. You're not a hockey fan. Get lost.
See,
Get lost.
No, you're not.
You're just not.
Is it because there's no Jews on that team?
No, that has
On the Canadians? And your mom ran off with a Jewish fellow?
By the way, stop taunting me. F the Rangers. F them.
Ran off. She didn't run off. She hopped on and was carried off. Right now, she's in front of the Wailing Wall, like a center for the Cowboys. Just a donation cup on her back. No disrespect.
None taken, Jimmy.
Travis.
So if I'm not a hockey fan by a certain age, I can't become one.
I think it's a little weird.
I don't get it.
Yeah, not based on the whole thing.
It's a little weird that you're into a sport because your girl's into a sport.
That's not the reason I'm
weird is one word.
I'm not a male chauvinist by any means, but that's a weird one, man. All of a sudden you pick up your chick's favorite hockey team, right? And you never watched hockey growing up. No, strange. That's all.
You get into something because we spend time together. She's watching hockey. Like I never gave it a chance. Mm-hmm. So I don't see the
What were you watching while she was watching hockey?
Gossip Girls?
The Food Network?
Like, what did you want to watch when she was watching hockey? Because there's one set, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, I kind of want to watch this. She's like, we're watching the game. And you put the game on, and you're like, all right, you kind of got into it.
No, it has nothing to do with that because they're on so few times during the year because obviously we don't get them down here unless they're playing, the Rangers or the Islanders.
Yeah.
But no, like you watch something, eventually you're going to get into it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
All right. You like chick flicks too now?
No, that's not true.
No, you watch the Canadians and then rent if by sea.
He's hoping for a team called the Cuckolds.
That's right. That's where all the Negro hockey players attack the white goalie, and the husband sits there and pretends he doesn't like it.
The rules are a little different in that league, Jimmy.
Do you and the wife sit on the couch with little Dexter in the middle and root? And did you get a little Canadians shirt for Dexter?
Oh, it's funny you mentioned that, Anthony.
No way.
We looked for one in our last trip to Montreal.
Ew.
Oh God! Kill that dog. Accidentally.
That dog is ruining your life.
That dog has made my life better.
Has it?
So what are you going to do for Mother's Day, knowing Mommy's not around there, Travis?
Oh,
not be doing anything.
Mother's Day is coming up.
Do you get a little sad?
Well, I don't know. Dexter might do something for my wife, but
What?
So, well,
It doesn't involve Jif.
This is Mommy.
No? Oh, okay.
Little oven mitts.
Little tiny oven mitts.
Little tiny Montreal Canadian oven mitts.
Maybe just those number 1 little gloves that you put on for the Canadians. Tape them on real good.
Foam ones.
Yeah, the foam number 1. You don't want any scratches.
Yeah, the dog feels so silly with oven mitts and like silver duct tape wrapped tightly. The dog doesn't like it, but he understands it's necessary, so he tolerates it.
And then he's got to walk away embarrassed when it's done, raising his paws real high because he feels silly with those gloves on.
The team you should have been rooting for all these years is playing the Flyers. Game 6.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Capitals. You should be following the Capitals.
I have no
and then,
emotional investment.
she should be a Canadian fan. You should be a Capitals fan. And then if they play each other, then there's excitement in the Travis household.
That's true. But I have no emotional
Poor Dexter will
ties.
run into another room crying because you guys are fighting over a hockey game.
Oh, God, because he wasn't getting attention for 2 seconds.
He gets plenty of attention.
Oh, that's what I mean. Dexter.
I don't see the
What
problem.
kind of dog
here.
is it?
French Bulldog.
Well, soon to be dead one, hopefully.
No, I'm not making that bet.
That dog would look cute with not only a Montreal Canadiens little jersey,
Mm-hmm.
but a truck tire mark in its back.
You love Dexter, Jimmy.
I do. I actually do.
Yeah, Jimmy, I think I see a picture of you kissing the dog.
I want to shoot its ears with a pellet gun and leave holes in them.
The ears are a bit big.
They're really big. It's got mule ears, little donkey ears.
That's part of the allure.
Is it?
French bulldog, yeah.
Oh, God. Look at that thing. With a little sweater on.
It's cold out. You wear a jacket?
It's cold out. Yeah, I don't have fur either.
If we had fur, we wouldn't need coats.
Yes.
I would like to talk to... Where's Steve? I would like to talk to a dog. I think you're overheating the dog.
Yeah.
Put a little sweater or coat on it.
Panting. Get this off of me.
They did fine for many, many years, but someone decided that they can make a lot of money making little doggy clothes.
Yeah. No one puts wetsuits on a shark, you dummy. It's like they're built for that.
Yeah, but he'll shiver in the cold.
He doesn't shiver in the cold.
He shivers from douche chills from his parents.
Dog walks around. How desperate are these two for love? Leave me alone.
Yeah, please. I'm a dopey dog.
I'm a dog. Will you let me outside so I can find real love? I don't want human love.
Don't clothe me.
You guys work out your own problems. I want to just get some action. Let me out the back door. Stop kissing me and fondling me and hugging me and putting little doggy clothes on me.
Doggy clothes?
I don't want human love. I want the real thing.
I bet you that if the dog could talk, he'd look at you and go, Travis, and go, I can't make up for what you've missed in the last 7 years.
Right, exactly.
I'm just a dog.
I'm not your mother.
Yeah, you can hold me and give me little treats and all, but yeah, mommy left. Get over it,
He's
kid.
not filling a void.
No.
No.
Okay.
Do you get sad on Mother's Day, Travis?
No.
Does the day just fly by?
It doesn't even cross my mind.
Just another day?
Is it just
even though you
another
see
day?
the commercials on TV about, go to K Jewelers for Mother's Day or something like that?
We're going to have to get
the
into
cards in the store. Do you get a little misty when you walk through the card section and see,
really don't.
To my dearest mother, you've always been there for me until you ran off with a Jew.
Except for the last 7 years.
Yeah.
Except for the last... Can I get a Hallmark card that says you've always been there for me except for the last 7 years card?
You were the perfect mom until 7 years ago.
Now you're abandoning and awful.
Until 2001. We got to get into what makes this guy tick.
Who, me?
Yeah, the mother thing has to affect you. It has to. She leaves your life 7 years ago and you act like it's no big deal? Something's going on.
I say it's no big deal now. I'm not saying it didn't affect me back then.
Well, does it make you not trust women at all?
Steve from Big Short. I can't read it.
What?
It's just horrible. Travis never thinks of his mommy being railed by that.
Well,
and then he goes into a very descriptive.
Could just do a little Mad Libs. I wonder if Dexter gets to lick the blank after the wife teaches Travis a lesson.
That's not nice.
Yeah.
All right. The thick Yiddish sea buster.
All right, here we go. We got to take a break. So, F your Canadians.
God.
Go Bruins.
No.
F Dexter.
All right, yeah, you can say
Go
that.
Bruins, go Flyers.
Yeah, all right, good.
I bet it's like a potato, a big kanish. A big kanish.
F Dexter.
Yeah.
And finally, F your mom.
Well, hey, all right.
Wow.
All right.
And I mean that in a loving way. F her.
Only
for blowing off little Travis 7 years ago.
Thank you, Opie.
Only if you
How
have
old were you
certain
7 years ago?
religious
ago? 20.
Oh, 20.
All right.
Yeah, that's not bad when your mom takes off at 20. Oof. That won't screw you up.
So.
Wow. That's gotta hurt.
Don't rub it in.
I'm sorry. I'll see. It does hurt a little bit. Just a little.
And a big hi to everyone that's running the Boston Marathon this morning.
Look, he's driving. How cute is he?
Yeah, isn't that wonderful?
I wish
Holy mother of God. He's got the picture of the dog driving.
All right. And these two are trying to make cute, like, Dexter videos. They're hoping, like, the world...
Trying? What are you talking about?
They're hoping the whole world falls in love with Dexter and it becomes the video to watch on YouTube.
Well, you know what? If he
Dexter
is
the
driving,
dog.
why don't you make a video based on Harry Chapin's last drive on the LIE?
That's for Jane Mansfield. Put a blonde wig on it and lop his head off under a truck.
I can't help it if he does adorable things. I don't force him.
Apparently you can, because he hasn't done one.
Exactly. That dog would be just a worthless lump if you didn't prop it up everywhere. Here, tape his hands here. Make him do this. Roll him over. Hold him still.
Dress him up.
Maybe
Worthless animal.
maybe the dog wants to do doggy things.
Yeah.
He does plenty of doggy.
Sniff other dogs. And
Sniffs dogs. We take him to the dog park.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
on play dates with other dogs.
And then you guys talk about how cute your dogs are.
How can you not?
I see people like you when I'm out and about.
They're great.
Be chewing his own logs. Just wants to be left alone. But when you get propping him up, look, make him hold the steering wheel like he's driving.
See, if people treated other people like they treat their pets, this world would be a much better place.
I agree.
You're one part of the reason the world hates us. It's because of the way we pamper our animals.
No, I don't
You know,
pamper them.
I mean, it's nice to be nice to them and stuff, but I mean, there are people running around this world that can't afford clothing and food, and they are dressing them up and looking for a goddamn Canadians jersey for your dog.
It's not like I made one. They make them. I'll buy one.
You're the reason the world hates us. Your mom is the reason Islam hates us.
We got to take a break on that line. Bravo. We might have traffic and weather together on the 8th today. You never know. Opie and Anthony, stay there. Opie and Anthony, good morning to everybody. Is it true that Obama had 35,000 at the latest rally down there in PA? 35,000, and this Hillary Clinton refuses to drop out of the race. She's destroying it for the Democrats in general. It's got to step aside at this point. And I think Obama has overtaken her in the primary down there in the polls, and Hillary had a huge lead.
Well,
a huge lead.
If she loses in Pennsylvania, you're saying? Then it's all over.
Well, they pretty much are saying she doesn't have a chance in hell.
And she's got to win, big.
She's got to win big everywhere else. But she's already said if she loses PA, Pennsylvania, whatever, that she's going to continue.
Yeah.
She refuses to drop out of this race.
I think she's hoping for some major faux pas on his part that's going to put her over, you know? It's one of those things where, I spent so much money, I think I'll just stay in it. Hopefully he'll trip. Something will come out, skeleton in the closet, he'll say something, maybe another one of these reverend things will happen. So she's gonna stick around. But I think it does hurt their chances, hurts the party.
The youth of America, they love this Obama, man. They love this Obama.
Sure they do.
Sorry to let this go in the background. I just can't help it. You too. I mean, love my you too. And then, Jimmy, we weren't able to really discuss this yet, but Jimmy couldn't sleep before coming in today, so he wakes up around, 3:30, 4 in the morning?
I didn't go to sleep. I tried to.
So he decides he's going to watch a little something before the radio show. And I'm thinking, if you can't sleep and you're going to turn the TV on or whatever, you would maybe put on something light.
A little light and airy.
Maybe watch Caddyshack or, I don't know, just something. Now, Jimmy watches horrific documentaries before he comes in when he can't sleep. I don't understand that.
I put on at first HBO On Demand. I watched some of Cat Williams. I hadn't seen him do stand-up. And I probably watched 15 minutes of his special. And it was really funny.
Yeah.
I mean, really funny.
He's the biggest guy in America right now, right?
Very funny dude. Yeah, and I watched 15 minutes, but I didn't really feel like watching. I don't like to watch a lot of comedy. I just don't like to watch it. Especially when a guy's good. I'm like, it annoys me because I'm like, ugh. So I was watching this special on the rapes in the Congo, and it was horrific.
Oh, that's that's the type of thing you should watch when it's really sunny out, mid-afternoon. You don't want to watch that too soon before you go to bed because then you're going to have those weird nightmares. You certainly don't want to wake up in the middle of the night and watch something horrific like that, Jimmy. I don't get that.
I don't mind. Why not? It's reality. It's life. I'll watch it anytime. It doesn't bother me. I mean, it bothers me, but no more at one time than the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like a pretty brutal documentary, but...
Yeah, there's a woman who did it was actually raped. Like, she's white. She was raped in Georgetown in D.C. when she was in college. She was gang raped by 3 guys.
Jesus.
And I guess she wanted to do a special on this. So she was really brave because she went over there, and it's no man's land. It's just warlords. I mean, it's not the UN stinks. The dumb light blue hats. They do nothing.
Oh, I know.
Wait, what's that about?
The United Nations.
No,
is
I know
there,
that, but I mean, they wear light blue hats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, light blue.
Yeah, their helmets and everything. Yeah. Light blue. It's like, hey, don't shoot us. We're the UN. We're made up of a multinational force, and
she was interviewing.
We do nothing.
the rape victims, and she was interviewing. She actually found guys in the jungle that were soldiers and rapists.
She went into the jungle?
Well, she had guides with her, but no one that could have protected her against. Those guys could have raped her and killed her if they wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
That's insane.
She must have paid them or had them paid because they went into the woods deep, her and like 7 guys with guns, and they tried to obscure their faces. They were just describing the fact that they'd committed these rapes, and they're like, if I want it, I take it. We rub this root on ourselves so we don't get AIDS. There's a root they have in the jungle that won't give them AIDS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they really believe this.
That's not true, obviously.
Well, of course not.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just barbarism. But I couldn't not watch it. How do you not watch that?
It's the type of war. That's what amazes me. That now, obviously, we should be separate from savages, but war is war, and when we get criticized for how we fight wars and how we interrogate prisoners, how soldiers treat the enemy, it amazes me because this country is ignorant, completely ignorant as to what goes on in the rest of the world as far as war is concerned. We are the nicest friggin' warriors you're ever going to see on the face of the earth. Occasionally a bomb misses its target. We try so hard to pinpoint a target, and occasionally one goes astray and hits civilians, and people lose their effing mind, and they want to find out who's responsible and press charges like some crime's been committed. It's a war. Things happen. But then you watch this, like the Congo. There's a war going on.
No rules.
And it is people hacking each other apart with machetes. There are children fighting in it. Part of the warfare is the rape of the women of the enemy. That's part of their strategic. That's their war. That's part of it. Just as much as shooting a gun is raping the enemy's women.
They go old school UFC rules.
Is that what it is?
Old school
elbow to the nose.
Old school UFC rules.
No tapping out.
Yeah, anything goes with them.
It's not even the rape though. It's like it goes beyond. There's like 10 guys will do it. No condoms.
Yeah.
And then they use sticks and like gun butts just to mutilate.
Just to
wreck the woman. It's
yeah.
Like they're awful.
And these hospitals that were set up, they spoke with some of the women in there and the doctors, and they described some of the injuries that these women have, and it's horrific. You can't even. First of all, you can't even describe it on the air. It's just so brutal and barbaric. And no one pays attention. No one cares. No one really does anything about it.
Sounds like they got something in common with Travis. Mommy issues.
Yeah, well, I think it's more.
Thank God Travis, instead is, loving a dog instead of, going to the Congo and joining these guys.
I don't know what pushes.
Join the guys, he'd be joining the women. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Travis doesn't have that savagery in him.
I don't know what pushes people to that limit of barbarism. Like it's beyond anything you can comprehend as a civilized human being, treating another person like that. Like I could even understand you're at war. You have the enemy. You come up to the enemy in battle and you kill them. That's even understandable as a human being, as a civilized human being. It happens. It's been happening for years. But to make it so barbaric like that is incomprehensible. Where does it come from?
There was one woman who was talking about that, like, there was a group of women speaking, and she was saying that there were soldiers that she's like, they would kill your children and make you eat part of your children.
Yeah.
And they said one woman was brought in, and they said like her rectum had been burned out because the soldiers, after all this rape, they held her over hot coals.
Held her over hot coals when she's alive to burn her underside. I mean, where does that come from?
I swear to God, I'm never really bothered by that. I wanted to donate money to the woman's hospital. It ruined my day. It was awful.
Really?
Yeah, that's kind of shallow. It ruined my day. Like that's
it ruined my day.
I couldn't finish my
wanted
coffee.
to donate money, didn't know where to send it, so I figured Craigslist was just as good.
Exactly. I might as well help someone hit their drug bottom. So it's terrible, man.
What's the solution? I mean, is there any solution whatsoever? What are they trying to do over there?
No, it's another situation like Somalia where there's no real government. There's warlords. There's no fixing that situation. The UN is there to try to not fix things, just try to keep the peace or try to keep people from being raped and civilians from being murdered and refugees, but they can't do anything either.
Dictators, there's something to be said for dictatorships. Like, for instance, Mobutu was the dictator there. Like, he was when Ali fought for him, and he's the same dictator, the awful guy with the glasses and the terrible hat. But when he goes, the whole place falls apart in civil war. Saddam Hussein, dictator, real dick. But he goes, the whole place falls apart in civil war. Sometimes, like Musharraf is I guess, kind of a military dictator, right, in Pakistan. What happens if he goes?
Yeah.
Dictators
the whole place
are okay.
goes to hell.
We should be nicer to them.
There are some countries where, dictators are completely necessary. Believe me. What was the Congo before it was the Congo?
I don't know. He changed the name to Zaire.
Yeah, Zaire.
This Sudan around it. I don't know.
But it's always just been this war-torn... Like, Central Africa is just full of this mentality of just genocide, tribal genocide. They just want to hack them apart and rape and kill people in the worst possible ways, and you don't know where it comes from.
And Farrakhan went over there because they were talking about how there's still slavery in the Sudan. And of course, he denied it. Said, no, there's no slavery because I think it's black on black. And, he didn't want to acknowledge that. But I've read stories about how they'll chop off little girls' legs. I mean, they just it's lunacy the way they live over there.
Yeah, I don't know.
We just wrecked Charlie's day. Charlie, Jersey.
Charlie?
What's up?
Charlie.
Yeah, dude, I'm totally, I was so excited about today and everything. Like, it's Monday, I'm going back to work. I know it sounds kind of weird, excited going back to work. I'm like, I get to hear some O&A, I have no drive. I just want to pull over and just start crying. I mean...
Oh, dude, don't worry. It's far away.
I know, but I mean, come on. It's just ridiculous already. Can you talk about, I don't know, like Wizard of Oz or something? Just clear it up.
Jesus.
I think...
have some backbone, Charles.
Yeah, I know.
Love of God.
I have it, dude. I have backbone and everything, dude, but it's just I wasn't expecting it.
Crybaby.
Get a hold of yourself, will you?
Like to chop your legs off and beat you with them.
Well, dude, it was obviously, all right, we're not trying to bum you out, but look, I happened to be watching this before I came in, and
that's part of what's going on in our world today. Hey, Wes the Trucker has a very, very good observation. Wes, what's up?
Hey, boys, how are you?
Good.
Real quick, the reason we're not over there fighting is because there's no financial benefit for America. So we just, we get on TV and say, oh, the UN, yada, yada, yada. But
I completely agree.
Yeah, we rarely go in somewhere for pure humanitarian reasons. Believe me.
Well, didn't we go to Rwanda? Where was Black Hawk Down? It was Rwanda.
Somalia.
Right? Or Somalia, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It just got ugly.
Yeah, because there was warlords. And the reason is we went in there to make sure the food shipments got to the civilians that were supposed to get it, and the warlords were taking the Red Cross food and selling it and giving it to their troops. So we go in there to try to make sure things are handled better, and got our asses kicked.
We should go all in for a weekend.
Just all in for a weekend?
Just to show them what we can do.
Not like the way Clinton did it. Send a few soldiers over there to try to keep the peace.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Hey, let's cheer everybody up, okay?
Traffic and weather on the 8s. With Club Soda Kenny.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi, Kenny. How are you?
Okay.
How was your weekend?
Wonderful. How about you?
You took care of Jimmy all weekend long at Caroline's?
Yeah, I lost my voice yelling at people to buy merchandise all weekend.
I see that. A true soldier.
Yeah.
You got your traffic and weather together on the 8th, even though it's 7:45?
I'm very punctual.
All right.
And I'll begin by saying it's time for the Opie and Anthony traffic and weather on the 8th with me, the inspirational Club Soda Kenny.
All right, Kenny.
And to change things up a little bit, we're going to start with the weather. Because, rainy days and Mondays always get me down. Thunder showers in Baltimore, showers in Washington, rain in Seattle, so have a good time for yourselves.
What about the places where it's going to be sunny today?
Who cares? Let's talk tornadoes.
All right, let's talk tornadoes.
Do you know an average of 1,000 tornadoes hit the U.S. every year? And the majority occur in the late spring and early summer, and between the Rockies and the Appalachians. So there's still time for people to move.
Why would they move? They haven't moved yet.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're dumb, so I'm like warning them.
Oh, okay.
You know, public service.
Public service.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. And let's do some traffic. You know, since Mondays really suck, thankfully so does the traffic. In Westchester, there's an accident on the Taconic State Parkway, northbound at Route 100. Multiple injuries have been reported, and highway cleanup crews are clearing the roadway of broken glass, teeth, fingers, and internal organs. Happy? The inbound Lincoln Tunnel is all jammed up because of an accident. Those Lincoln Tunnel accidents are the best because sometimes the tractor trailer tips over rolling down the ramp to the tunnel and cartwheels on the side of the helix. And there's nothing like watching an 18-wheeler fall broadside into some schmuck in a Ford Focus. Airbags ain't helping him out.
Kenny, this is awful.
Of course it is.
Got to keep it light for a Monday.
Nah, come on.
All right, continue.
In Cleveland, there's a disabled vehicle in the middle of 480 eastbound near Stearns Road. With any luck, this dummy is checking under his hood when another moron plows into the back of him full speed. Don't worry about calling the paramedics. Just get a shovel and put him in a coffin. Boston, there's delays around Fenway Park because of the game today. And in the Back Bay area...
Whoa.
What?
The Red Sox are playing at 8 in the morning?
No, like today.
Like later?
Yeah, like it's an afternoon game.
There's going to be delays all over the city. It's a marathon.
Yeah, in the Back Bay area, those dummies are running around, you know. but on the later note, there's no service on the subway Green Line, probably because of some pervert that's rubbing up against people.
Oh, linger longer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to change it up a little bit now with maybe a couple of fun facts.
Okay, fun facts with Club Soda Kenny.
All right, because when I was preparing...
You're really developing this bit. I like this.
Oh, yeah.
You're making it your own.
I'm a team player.
You did the weather first, even though it's traffic and weather together. Now we got fun facts with Club Soda Kenny.
Oh, yeah. You know, you got to keep it interesting.
All right.
So while I was preparing for my broadcast, I saw the obituaries, and I saw that over the weekend, a lot of people died in alphabetical order. and another thing...
Oh, God. Vaudevillian traffic weather.
Exactly. Welcome to traffic/evening at the Improv.
Tomorrow is Green Day. I mean, I screwed that one up, right? Tomorrow is Earth Day, so I want to remember everybody to wear green to, support the environment.
What about brown? You can't wear brown like dirt, like Earth Day?
Or blue because you like the ocean?
Yeah.
Wear what you want.
He gives up so easy. Okay.
Is that it?
Yes, this has been Club Soda Kenny with the Opie and Anthony traffic and weather on the 8s. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So welcome.
Let's say hi to Jay in D.C. Jay, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Hey.
Hey, Ant, I really respect the way you think and look at the world. I respect the way that you get your facts straight, but this time you totally screwed the pooch.
Okay, what happened?
21 Delta Force and Rangers being killed as opposed to, 2,000 to 3,000 Somalis.
Oh, yeah.
Hardly getting our ass kicked.
No, we got our ass kicked because after that happened, we left.
We left because of our president. We didn't leave.
That's why I said Jesus effing Christ. Did you listen to me?
Whoa.
I said because of Clinton.
Guys went out there, did their jobs, and our president screwed us.
Holy mother of F. You know something? I said because of Bill Clinton, we got our asses kicked. We should have went in there with a lot more people, a lot more soldiers, and kicked the living crap out of them. That's what I said. Listen to the replay, please.
All right, fair enough, sir. But you're God. Thank you.
Hate you.
And what happened was they were.
Why do you hate him? He loves you.
I don't care.
He said you're a god and everything.
He called me retarded, and he didn't listen to what I was saying.
Why are you on a short fuse today?
Not.
They just misunderstood what you were saying.
They said that inspired Al Qaeda because they saw a few American bodies getting dragged through the street.
Yep.
And Clinton backed out, and that they start thinking America's a paper tiger.
Right. That's all it takes.
Yep.
Bastards.
Oh, I'm sorry. Red Sox are playing at 11 a.m. today. That's right. They do that on Marathon Day.
Yeah.
I forgot. They do the race, and then they got the game. It's very festive. A very festive day in Boston today. I wish we were there. I think we were there. I think we were there 2 years ago for Marathon Day. All right, we got to take a quick break here. Bill Maher calls the Pope a Nazi.
And?
Well, we'll see what that's all about after the break.
Okay.
Let's get back into it. Opie and Anthony. We came in today. We saw the first entry for the Animation Festival that's happening June 5th at the Roseland Ballroom here in New York City. The guy did a great job. A great job. We're hoping to see more in the very, very near future because we need to get all the entries in sooner than later so we can start building this whole Animation Festival for the people.
Yeah.
Sold out show, by the way. Very excited for June 5th.
It'd be very cool.
And the first one we saw from this guy, do we even want to give him credit? I forgot who sent it in. I guess I can get that info.
Credit. Let's just lambast him.
Well, let me tell you, though, the first one coming in, and the guy did a very, very good job. It was the time we were asking Rich questions. What was the bit? Are you smarter than Rich Voss or something like that?
Yeah, it was an IQ test or something. Rich talking about how his IQ was so high. And we questioned him on that, and he had some really, of course, stupid things to say.
Yeah, so this guy animated the whole thing and basically made Rich look like a rock. Rich Voss as a rock with a goatee. And the rest of us, I think we're like vegetables or something.
Yeah, something.
Or maybe we're all just rocks.
It's very original looking.
But very, very, very funny. And Anthony's character, as Anthony's quizzing Rich Voss, his character is pretty much covered with guns.
Yeah, which is nice.
So bravo to the first one that came in, getting us all very excited for the Animation Festival that's happening June 5th, Roseland Ballroom. Hoping that you guys, if you're going to animate something, please let us know. We're getting a little nervous. I know we got a little over a month now, so we got plenty of time, but we really want these things to start coming in so we can see what we got.
Yep.
All right. All the info's up on our website. We can't promote. Also, I believe the info's up on onaradio.com. But bravo to the first one that came in. Very, very good job. Mm-hmm. Let's say hi to Brian in Boston listening on BCN. Did he come down for your show? Brian, you went to Jimmy's show?
Yeah, the Jimmy Show Friday night.
You drove down from Boston?
Yeah, I drove from Boston just to see the show.
Very cool.
Yeah. We were waiting to go into the second show, and Chappelle walks out. I was just wondering if Jimmy knew he was there.
Ope saw, I think, Dave in the dressing room. He came in the dressing room when I was already selling merch. So Opie talked to him, and I said hello to him in the kitchen. I saw him for about a minute.
I went into your dressing room to use the bathroom after your show, and I went to, what night? Friday night?
Yeah.
Wow, Jimmy just killed, man. Like we said earlier, your new stuff is really, really good. And I went into to your dressing room to use the bathroom, and all of a sudden Dave Chappelle's in there, and wow, was I starstruck. Wow. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, my God. Chappelle, yeah. Absolutely. And we talked for about 15 or 20 minutes. The guy is so freaking cool and down to earth and humble.
Yeah.
And he goes, I feel like I know you and Anthony because everybody talks about your radio show. He said, especially Jim Brewer. He goes, Brewer has nothing but nice things to say about you guys. And I feel like I know you just because of what people have said about the show. Including Tracy Morgan as well. And we just sat there.
Tracy.
We sat there and talked for like 15 or 20 minutes. What a solid dude, man. I never met him before. What a nice guy. And we exchanged numbers. He said he wants to come on the show in the near future. We'll see.
Yeah.
Not holding out hope, but we'll see if we can make that happen.
That'd be great.
But yeah, he was at, he didn't know you were performing at Caroline's, and he went down there to do some time.
Yeah, he just came.
He wanted to like squeeze in front of you, but there was a tight show because you had Paul Mooney doing the late show.
Yeah, but he could have went on after me if he wanted to. I certainly would have wanted him going on before me, but
yeah, why not? You could hold your own with anyone at this point.
No, because Dave does a long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll go on after him.
He'll just wreck up the entire schedule for Caroline.
I had to follow him for a weekend this years ago. He was doing a Showtime special, so he was doing 30-minute spots at the Cellar.
Yeah.
And he did like 5 shows, and they had me on after him every show. You know, anybody's followable. As long as I'm not doing an hour or an hour and a half.
Yeah.
You know.
He was so cool, man, because we were just talking, and you know when you talk to someone and you could tell they don't give a crap what you're saying. They're just being polite. He seemed like he was really listening and just doing the hang, man. Very, very, very cool guy. Say it again. I know I've said it 5 times. Thanks, Brian. Dave Zaney did the Voss IQ animation that we were just talking about, and Dave, you did a very, very good job, and it'll be
Wait, Dave Zaney?
Zaney?
Oh, I thought it was like. Now I look, it's spelled with an I. Okay.
Yeah, Dave
I thought it was
Zaney,
spelled with a Y.
something like that.
Hey, I'm,
yeah,
zany.
And we'll definitely use your animation in the animation festival. It was that good. We can tell right off the bat if they're going to be good or bad. And
yeah.
Dave, you did a very, very good job. Let's say hi to John in Virginia. John, what's up?
Hey, boys. Morning, Princess.
Hey, buddy.
I was at the Voss show on Saturday night, the 7:30 show, and first off, he absolutely killed. But I wanted to say at the end, he said he closed his show with, I want to get serious for a second, and brought his baby on stage and did a 5-minute sappy parenting is fantastic, and I think you should do it.
I'd like to knock horse teeth out.
Dude, please tell me you're kidding.
Not at all. He brought Bonnie and the baby on stage and did just to be serious, guys. I just want you to know how special being a father is, and look at my baby. And then on the way out, when he's signing stuff and shaking hands, he's got.
Please say he dropped it on its soft
in one
spot.
hand and a baby in the other.
He is.
Oh, yeah. I don't know though.
It was sickening.
When my kid's born, I think the last 5 minutes of every show is going to be a kid's moment.
Oh yeah,
I think
great,
so.
Good. Me and Jim could leave early.
I think so. We'll do a little kid's moment.
That could be your kid's moment, and I'll be in my Escalade driving down 57th.
I think we need to do a kid's moment when my kid is born. Just keep it all cute for everybody.
Anthony can hop in his truck and drive around to school and have his own kids moment.
Oh, well, bye, boys. Either way, great show nonetheless.
All right, John. All right, John. Okay, John. All right, John. Hey, thank you for the reminder, Buster from 107.3 WKLQ in Michigan, one of our stations. He reminds us here today that, remember that dumb Red Sox jersey that was buried at the new Yankee Stadium?
Yeah.
The new stadium's going to be open next year, and they discovered one of the guys was bragging at a bar that he buried a Red Sox jersey, and they dug it up, remember? And the jersey
first Yankee Stadium, the new Yankee Stadium, yeah.
Jersey looked like hell. What's wrong?
I'm sorry.
What happened?
I just got distracted.
All right.
Go ahead. Go with it.
I don't know her name.
Robin,
Robin Roberts. He's not wearing a wig, and she looks like Derek Jeter, and it's driving me nuts. I can't look at the TV. I commend her bravery, but she looks like Jeter.
Jeter. And she wouldn't give you an autograph either.
Well, the hair is finally growing back from her cancer treatment, so she decided to ditch the wig and go on Good Morning America with the hair. It's just a publicity stunt, basically.
Jeez.
It is.
Oh, geez.
That'll be all over the place that she threw the wig away today. Anyway, that jersey, then they brought it to Boston. Somebody put it on eBay, and the bidding is up to just under $70,000 for that jersey, for that dumb jersey that was buried at the new Yankee Stadium. $70,000.
And it's going to charity?
Yeah, I guess so. Rich Voss, what's up?
What's going on?
Hey.
Oh.
We heard you had a nice little...
I'm disgusted.
We heard you had a nice kids moment at the end of your show down there in Virginia over the weekend. You brought out your kid for the last 5 minutes or so?
Oh, well, first of all...
By the way, before we beat you up for the next 10 minutes, it has to be said that getting rave reviews on your show this past weekend.
Yeah, except for the last 5 minutes.
Except for the last few minutes when you did a little kids thing.
Well, first of all...
Walk us through it. What happened? Because we're getting reports.
Well, here's the show was great.
Right.
I mean, it was a great crowd. It was a great club. And I'm just on stage, and I'm at like an hour and 10 minutes, and I don't have any concept of time up there. I want to just keep going, because that's really my only social life is being on stage. Oh God! And I see Bonnie back in the curtain. She wants to go home. Back to the hotel because the baby wants to get some sleep, I guess. They got to do that. I guess they like to sleep or whatever. It was kind of late. And she's going to wrap it up. And I see the baby sitting there all cute and stuff.
Did you take a sleeping pill last night?
Why?
You're like...
I'm sorry. Listen, here's the deal. The phone rings.
Mm-hmm.
They wake me up and say, Opie and Anthony want to talk to you.
Right.
I'm sorry that within the minute I didn't run and take a shower and do a workout and completely wake up.
How about you splash some water on your face at least? So what happened? Go ahead. So Bonnie wanted to bring the kid to the hotel, and then what?
Yeah. So you look over, you see your kid.
walked us through it. What do you want me to do? Oh, and then
I didn't say in real time.
And then the Pope came by.
I didn't say in real time. You know how to do radio.
Okay, so I'm on stage, and she wanted to wrap it up. I see the baby sitting back there, and I told her to bring the baby out. You know, I go to the audience. I go, who wants to see the baby? And everybody's clapping except the O&A fan.
Of course.
No one would. Those were courtesy claps. Rich, do you understand something? Trotting your child out on a stage. I mean, of course you think the baby's adorable. It is adorable. I've seen the little Rich Voss baby. It's adorable. Looks just like Bonnie. And it's as cute as a button.
That's smarter than Rich.
Of course it is. You could have brought a rock out on stage and claimed the same thing. Rich, you don't bring the kid out like that. It's a douchey moment that has nothing to do with comedy. It ruins your credibility. You're probably killed, because you always do. You're very funny on stage. And then you end the night. Your closer is, and now let me bring out my kid. Well, what are you, Don Rickles, where you got to make up for everybody? You know, I kidded all night about the, N's and the friggin' C's and the P's and the...
Maybe you've never tried to sell DVDs after. Okay.
Oh, is this a sales ploy? Well, I have to feed this thing.
Yeah, the kid was holding your DVD.
Maybe bring the baby.
Voss, did the whole crowd go, aww?
Well, first of all...
You have a beautiful daughter.
I thank you.
You and Bonnie, you made a fine kid there.
I thought you were talking about the oldest one.
They're all hot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Should parade that one out on stage, nude with a pole.
You know what? Why don't you just go take a shower right now? It's disgusting. Okay? And my daughter would leave with another girl before you. Anyhow. Listen.
Oh, yeah? Is that a challenge, mother? Is that a challenge?
Oh, really? Listen. No.
It's his daughter.
I don't care.
It's the worst. You really are. It's like a guy. He's done some great stuff for our show, and you're just challenging him to.
I know. That's okay.
I didn't challenge him. He kind of put it out there for me.
Yeah, but you're.
You know what? It brought up how hot my 17-year-old is.
You did make
us a cute girl. What am I going to say?
You made us all very uncomfortable after the PNC show, because Rich was really getting pissed how you were going after his daughter. And
I got her phone number
and really wanted to say something, but knew if it went bad, then I don't know, he wouldn't be on the radio show anymore. So he had to kind of allow it to happen. He didn't want it to happen. Anyone else that did that to his daughter, he probably would have done that kung fu crap.
She's Jewish. She could appreciate my wealth.
Mr. Gill, your power is behind the microphone.
Yeah.
Do you really think if you walked into a bar or somewhere and met my daughter, you would really have a shot? Do you really think so? I mean, not being Opie and Anthony. Do you think you have a shot?
What, being Tin Knocker, Anthony?
No.
No. What, am I delusional?
No. Just even being right now, you walked in, do you think your oldness and your...
My oldness? Look who's talking, you fossil.
I'm not trying to hit on this thing.
You got Bonnie. What do you think that comes from?
It comes from my looks and my sense of humor.
Oh, stop it.
Bonnie's low self-esteem.
Exactly.
Well, that too, of course.
Let me tell you something, Rich.
What?
Just the act of being on the radio and dealing with people has given me confidence. Has given me a confidence that I never had years ago.
I've seen you walking down the street with your hood on, okay?
It's because I'm cold and it's the city. Who am I trying to impress? Muggers and homeless?
In June?
You did wear the coat last week, and it was pretty warm in New York.
Who can tell?
It was...
Mr. Confidence walking like you've got scoliosis with your head tied up so no one can see you. Okay? All right?
It was cold.
Back of Notre DJ. Listen, here's the thing.
Here's the thing, of course.
My daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I'm keeping it down. Sorry.
Oh, God. Oh, you just... What happened to Rich?
The baby's sleeping.
Rich, you're on a national show. This is good for you. And Bonnie's getting mad because you're talking too loud and you might wake up the kid?
The kid has a performance tonight.
You're going to drag it out on stage again?
Yes.
That's so he can deduct everything he buys for the kid as a business expense.
Did she just walk out of the bedroom saying, please keep it down?
No. Down.
As opposed to when he's in the bedroom when she's like, could you please keep it up?
You know what? I know the 3 creeps that probably even called you or emailed you that we brought the baby out on stage. I know they were sitting, and I know which ones they were probably.
We got spies everywhere, but they also said you did really, really well. So you just brought her out and let the crowd admire the kid, and then what?
It wasn't planned. Okay, I didn't go.
What are you guys, Sonny and Cher, trotting out that dyke chastity?
Gypsies, tramps, and dopes.
It wasn't. It wasn't planned.
I got you, stupid.
Here's the thing. I don't go. Okay.
Dummy and Cher. Boss, how are you supposed to bang broads on the road if you're bringing your wife and kid along with you?
I would never do that. Why would I do that? Second of all...
Sorry, it was just a joke. Jesus.
Oh.
Wasn't going for a real moment, you idiot.
I would never do that.
Oh, man. You guys call, and it's like...
All right, hold on. Sean in North Carolina has something.
Rich, quiet.
Sean, you're on with Rich Voss.
Bonnie's afraid Boss is going to wake up the kid. Meanwhile, he's putting the listeners to sleep.
Yeah, you got made fun of by a guy with a weird accent.
What did he say?
You're putting the listeners to sleep. Bonnie's worried that you're going to wake the kid, but you're putting the listeners to sleep. It was a good line.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to defend myself. It was a nice moment. There's only O&A fans aren't at my show. Okay, there were some people in the audience.
Yeah, but people don't even like that. I just know it. People don't like when other people's kids are trotted out for entertainment.
I had a record DVD sale.
I think there's a curiosity factor. It's like, especially the O&A people that have heard that Voss has become a new father at the age of 57.
It's funny if you hold it by its feet, maybe, and swing it around.
Yeah.
But if you bring it out with this maudlin kind of, and this is my baby, I love my, blah, 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 blah.
That would wreck your night?
Oh, it would ruin it.
Why?
Because who the hell wants to hear that drivel?
It's just a quick moment.
It's a comedy show.
It's at the end of the show. Here's my baby, blah, blah, blah. Buy my
Throw
DVD.
A chicken wing at it.
Have a good rest of the weekend. See you guys all soon.
President
no harm, really.
Walk around with his little kid, little John and stuff. He was the president,
Yeah.
Who, JFK?
Comparing yourself to JFK.
Well, for 3 years he did. John, and hopefully your daughter will be saluting the same way John was.
Bonnie will be on the trunk looking for anything.
You'll have to pull out you'll see Bonnie on the trunk with a magnifying glass.
Tweezers.
They blew his brains out. It'd be like an empty coconut that an M&M fell out of. They'll find like a big bullet by the side of the gurney, but it'll just be one of those dumb teeth.
The magic tooth.
Did your little spies say how much I kill on stage or killed?
Yes,
they absolutely did. Yeah.
All right, Rich, we got to go.
I had a tour of the White House, the West Wing.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, really? That was cool.
How was that?
It was cool.
Did you bring your baby?
Hello?
I hung up.
Why?
I don't know.
Because Bonnie was probably going to yell at him again for being too loud.
So funny.
He really thought we wanted all the details of his tour of the West Wing, probably. Hey, remember last week we had the lady that made the YouTube video about the divorce? We had the audio. She's on Good Morning America looking like a kook. We'll try to get the audio for everybody in just a few minutes here.
She got them big wide eyes.
Oh, she looks insane. She was not happy with the divorce settlement, so she went on YouTube and started trashing this old guy, but I don't know. I don't think people have sympathy for her cause.
She looks nuts.
She looks completely out of her mind. We'll get into that next. Also, Bill Maher calling the Pope a Nazi.
Yeah.
And doesn't really apologize. We got some audio as far as that goes as well.
The History Channel and Jimmy Dean Sausage Links, with a grant from the Picket Fence Dental Corporation, present 20th Century American History with renowned scholar and member of Mensa, Rich Voss.
I know a lot about it.
Dr. Voss will take you on a breathtaking journey through history's most poignant milestones.
What event took the world to the brink of World War III in 1962?
The Bay of Pigs in Cuba.
Oh, my
no,
God.
the Russian missile crisis.
Oh, my God.
With every outburst, Rich Voss gets dumber and dumber.
In 1962, what almost brought us to World War III? It had to be the Bay of Pigs in Cuba when...
no, it's not the Bay of Pigs.
Your head will spin.
Who was the U.S. president when World War II ended?
The war ended with the dropping of the atomic bombs.
That didn't actually end World War II.
You've never met a Jew who knows less about World War II than Rich Voss.
What was the World War where Germany was going and taking, just out of control?
By the way, I've never wanted to punch someone more than you.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
It's pretty embarrassing when you think about it. So tune in to 20th Century American History and watch in amazement as an old Jewish man goes from mildly coherent to babbling pile of mush in the course of an hour.
You know, it's all history from there.
Coming to the History Channel.
Moving right along on this Monday. Phones are a little light. I think everyone's in that Monday mood. Mondays. What happened, Jimmy?
I got a cuticle on my right pinky, and it's like being shot.
Just pull it all the way down.
I did. I nibbled it a little, and it was
nibble
agony.
and pull and make a long red strip all the way to the elbow.
No, it'll unravel like a mummy.
Then dip it in alcohol.
Yeah, then you'll be much better.
It hurts.
Cuticles, yeah, you got to pull those things off the right way.
I don't know why they call them that. They ought to call them uglyicles.
Wow. I bet that'll be in his act. I bet I'll put that in his act. Oh, God.
There. It's my closer.
Oh, watch what you say. It'll end up on the radio show. No, it won't. Don't worry.
It's the worst when boring people are talking and they're like, dude, don't start talking about me on stage.
Hey, you know who this is over here? Watch what you say. It'll end up on that radio show.
Exactly.
No, I don't think it will.
It won't. What you say will wind up in an Ambien pill.
Bill, Rhode Island. Wow. What on instant feedback? Wow, Opie, you're going to see Roseanne Nifty. I told him I didn't want to do that dumb spot.
Oh, that spot played, huh?
That dumb spot.
Nah.
Hi, Roseanne. Do we have that?
You're just chit-chatting with Roseanne. It's fantastic, Opie.
I don't really understand corporate on any level anymore. I told them how stupid this is. It never comes out good, and they insisted that one of us does this commercial. I lost that one. So what happened was I go into a studio and I just babble. Hi, Roseanne. How are you?
Yeah, they give you a script.
Right. And then Tim goes, okay, you need to laugh here. So then I go, wow. All right, then say, wow, that's great. Wow, that's great. And then Roseanne, see, this is the weird thing. You would think if they're going to spend so much money and they're going to have Roseanne as a sponsor for something, I don't know, call me crazy, but have her in a studio all day and then have all the dopey jocks line up one at a time interviewing Roseanne.
It's a little different, I guess. You get some spontaneity, maybe.
Instead, because everyone in this business, including the salespeople, including the general managers that run these radio stations, everyone is very lazy. They're like, okay, Roseanne will do her lines once, so she doesn't have to sit in the studio for 12 hours. Mm-hmm. The jocks will do their lines once, and then somebody will put them together and make believe that there's an actual conversation going on.
That you're talking.
So then you get this. What you're about to hear is me interviewing Roseanne on the phone. I did not interview Roseanne on the phone. I just did dumb lines that they put together with her dumb lines.
So how was she?
And try to make it sound natural.
When you met her.
Yeah, exactly. Listen to this.
I'll tell you when I can hear that it's set up.
Right.
Like if I can pick up that it's.
I haven't heard this. It's going to be so obvious. These never work. All right, joining us now is the star of one of the greatest sitcoms of all time, Roseanne. It's Roseanne. Hey, Roseanne, how are you?
Well, I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing real good. So what's new with you?
Well, I'm very excited because I'm back in Vegas doing my stand-up comedy show at the Sahara.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me you two aren't talking face to face?
It's kind of weird because it almost sounds like we are on this one. Almost. I can so tell.
Yes, doing my stand-up comedy show at the Sahara.
That must be great getting
You
back
should
in
have
front
interrupted
of a live.
her.
Huh?
You should have interrupted her. I'm like, but Roseanne, but no, Roseanne, and she'll just barrel on.
Well,
It's like, Roseanne, shut up a minute. Can I talk?
that must be great getting back in front of a live audience.
Well, it's the thing I like most doing. I mean, I like not having people in suits tell me what I can and can't say or threatening to sue me.
That's...
See, where you had to laugh?
No. I'm so glad I didn't have this one.
Dude, you should have laughed way too long.
Yeah.
Well, that's what
I don't want to go.
Make it perfectly clear, I did not hear what Roseanne had to say, so for me to just laugh, they said just laugh because she's going to say something funny here. All right. Well, hey.
Can and can't say or threatening to sue me.
That's never good. So tell us about the show.
Well, I basically talk about the same subjects that I talked about on the Roseanne show. Of course, now it's been so many years later. I'm talking about getting old and, raising teenagers that are in their 30s. And I'm talking to the audience a lot. And just having a ball.
Well, that's good, but why Vegas?
Why Vegas? Are you kidding me? Because it's awesome.
Oh, all right. Well, that was a silly question, but I would love to get out to Vegas to check out. All right.
It's very authentic.
There's such an unnatural quality to it.
Of course, and that's why I try to tell corporate and these general managers, but they're all lazy. I'm like, I'll talk to Roseanne for real, set it up, and I'll do it.
Yeah.
This like she does her lines, I do mine, and you try to shove them together and shoehorn it together. It's not natural.
Yeah.
And this company's spending a lot of freaking money.
Can I tell you what you did wrong?
Yeah.
This is not your fault, by the way. This is whoever put it together. If they spliced it too perfect, there's no pauses. Like
I know.
Speech.
I know.
Yeah.
Like it was like, "Hi Roseanne, how are you? I'm fine. How are you? How's
Right.
your Vegas act? It's good." There was no no one talks that way.
Well, here's
Why Vegas? Why Vegas? And then she makes you sound like, you were stupid for asking.
Yeah, I know.
Gee, you should have said, why Trenton?
Right.
Why Vegas?
And
Oh.
And radio guys all over America had to do this. I got Rich from Touch and Rich doing the exact same thing.
Same
so
thing.
now you got to remember what I just played because you'll hear it's the exact same Roseanne audio.
I want to hear his laugh.
But the Opie part's different because it's Rich actually doing it.
I want to hear his laugh.
Listen.
All right, joining us right now is the star of one of the greatest sitcoms of all time, Roseanne. Roseanne, how are you doing?
Well, I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Doing good. So what's new with you?
Well, I'm very excited because I'm back in Vegas doing my stand-up comedy show at the Sahara.
That must be really cool getting back in front of a live audience.
Well, it's the thing I like most doing. I mean, I like not having people in suits tell me what I can and can't say or threatening to sue me.
Yeah, that's never good. So tell us about the show.
Oh, hey!
He blew off the laugh.
Script, you were supposed to laugh there.
I was like, yeah, that's never good. So this one is cut even closer.
Right.
He showed self-respect and dignity.
He was supposed to laugh there. So.
What I can and can't say or threatening to sue me.
Yeah, that's never good. So tell us about the show.
Well, I basically talk about the same subjects that I talked about on the Roseanne show. Of course, now it's been so many years later. I'm talking about getting old and, raising teenagers that are in their 30s.
Wow.
And I'm talking to the audience a lot.
Good for him.
Wow.
Well, that's good, but why Vegas?
Why Vegas? Are you kidding me? Because it's awesome.
Yeah, I guess that was a silly question, but I would love to get out to Vegas to check out your new show sometime.
The same
Yeah,
lie.
I guess it was a silly question. I'm sorry for asking, Roseanne. Why Vegas?
La, 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 la.
Why not?
All right, listen.
Roseanne, how'd your parents die?
We had to acknowledge that was going on because every time that commercial plays, people just beat me up on instant feedback.
Roseanne, what are you doing on my phone?
Just awful acting.
You stay in Vegas. I'll handle it.
Yeah. Dudes, I got to cut you off because we got Bill Donahue calling in literally 2 minutes, and I want to get the setup on before he calls. Bill Maher calls the Pope a Nazi, doesn't really apologize. Here's how it went down.
In fact, whenever a cult leader sets himself up as God's infallible wingman here on Earth, lock away the kids. Which is why I'd like to tip off law enforcement to an even larger child-abusing religious cult. Its leader also has a compound. And this guy not only operates outside the bounds of the law, but he used to be a Nazi and he wears funny hats. That's right. The Pope is coming to America this week, and ladies, he's single.
Mar, I mean, I'm not a huge fan, but he's making his jokes, and you know, what's wrong? What's wrong with this?
It's because, I mean, the only thing he did wrong to me was historically he's wrong because he wasn't a Nazi, but he's doing it to be funny. He should be able to say that.
He's just doing his thing.
And I think Donahue's point will probably be, and he'll probably be accurate, that he wouldn't attack maybe Islam like that, or he doesn't. But whatever.
All right, let's get through this audio because Bill is on the phone.
I got into some trouble with the Catholic League. Not the first time. The Catholic League, not my... How many Catholic League members? Not my biggest fans. Because I said in our little essay ending the show, I said the Pope, and I looked at it again, I looked at the words carefully, used to be a Nazi. Okay, now first of all, it was a joke. Okay, we were in a comedic context. I said he used to be a Nazi and he wears funny hats, and ladies, he's single. So, right away, we're in the context of a joke.
Well, good for you, Bill.
You got me. Okay, the Pope was not a Nazi. When he was a teenager, he was in the Hitler Youth, which meant that he said the oath directly to Hitler and not to the Nazis, which is sort of worse. Okay. But wait a second. The thing that argues for their side of this is that, you know what? He was coerced into that. He was a teenager. I wouldn't blame any teen. He was a 14-year-old kid in Nazi Germany. Of course, he's going to do what they tell him to do. So on that score, you know what, my Catholic friends? I will never make the Pope is a Nazi joke again. Because you're technically right, okay, and also because it distracts from the main points. And the main point I was making was that if the Pope, instead of a religious figure, was the CEO of a chain of nationwide daycare centers who had thousands of employees who had been caught molesting children and then covering it up, he would have been in jail. So, and I noticed they didn't say a word about that.
Yeah. So there it is. And it's, I guess the Catholic League and Bill Donahue have a problem with this?
Yeah.
All right, we got Bill Donahue on the line here. Let's get Bill on the Opie and Anthony show. Mr. Donahue?
Oh, hold on.
Bill?
Hello, Bill.
Yes, how you doing, guys?
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony show. How are you, sir?
Pretty good. How you guys doing?
Are you tired? Are you tired from the Pope's visit?
I am exhausted. I didn't even go to Yankee Stadium yesterday, even though I had seats right behind home plate. I was just too wrung out from doing the media last week.
Who was the Pope playing?
Wait,
Muhammad.
You blew off the Pope? You didn't go to the Pope for the Pope?
That's your whole gig, man. What are you waiting for the next time he comes to America?
Actually, I was writing about him at the same time and doing media and whatnot, so I'm trying to service him in different ways.
Did you get any FaceTime with him or no?
No. As a matter of fact, I was on the White House list, and then somebody took me off. You know the way the little boys and girls down there play, because I went against John McCain for hanging out with this anti-Catholic Protestant pastor. Some people down in Washington land don't like me now. So, you know what? I don't care about the Republicans. They can do whatever they want.
Now, but we understand you're very, head of the Catholic League. And, it's obviously if something is anti-Catholic, you're going to address it. But when something's being done in a comedic context, this is where you guys lose me. Like, Maher is doing it, and he's doing it in a comedic context. And look, the Pope is the biggest dignitary in the world. He is fodder for being made fun of. He's the biggest. He's bigger than the president. I mean,
well, I think that's true, and I think that a lot of comedians have done a pretty fair job on it. I mean, we didn't have any problems with Letterman and Jay Leno last week, Stephen Colbert. The problem with Bill Maher is that it's been going on for years, and he does it in a kind of a mean, insulting way. And then he starts lying about the Pope and about the Catholic Church as if there's not enough fodder there to begin with. So I think in general what you're saying, your point is well taken. And that's why we don't go after most comedians. Bill Maher has had it out for Catholics for years. And Lou Dobbs, though, has even no excuse whatsoever because this guy's a commentator. And what he said last night, again, which was very similar to what he said on Thursday night, he said, who is this man, the Pope, to come in here with his infallibility, telling us what to do, criticizing our society? He's exercising bad manners. He is absolutely repugnant. He's insulting to come in here and criticize. What is he talking about? The Pope at one point was talking about the social context in which the scandal took place, and made one comment about, our society has a lot of sex and violence and stuff like that in the media. That was it. He wasn't finger-pointing, scolding. So I don't know what's going on with this guy Dobbs. I challenged him to a debate the other night. Of course, he's not going to do that, is he?
No.
He likes to take apart other people. But quite frankly, I'm more exercised about him than I am Maher.
Well, now, what happened? Did you guys contact HBO? How does that work? You didn't like what he said?
We do the news releases and whatnot. Look, there's a couple of guys over there, Richard Plepler and Quentin Schaefer, who are pretty good guys. I actually think that HBO has some responsible people in the executive positions. They talk with me. They give me their side and whatnot. They don't blow you off. So I'm not going to give HBO bad marks. I think they themselves know that this guy's a time bomb. And he's got a movie coming out June the 20th, Religious or something like that, and it's like a documentary on religion. Apparently, he's going to take some shots at a lot of different religions, but will it be done in a Mel Brooks fashion, kind of cute, poking fun, or is he going to have a special place for Catholics and the like? I just don't understand this. It's in his claw. He just can't give it up. And I hear other guys talk. I hear you guys talk. And whatnot. I can pick up when somebody's light and they're having some good old American comedic fun. And then there are guys who are just angry, mean, insulting. Dobbs and Maher would be two examples.
I don't know what, to be honest with you.
Dobbs is, wow. He likes to go after people. He really should debate you. I would love to see that.
He should. I've seen him take people apart on his show. And, I'm beginning to wonder. I was on Fox and Friends this morning. I said, a lot of Latinos can't stand him. And I'm beginning to wonder, is there something else going on here that he doesn't like about Latinos? Is that why he can't seem to give it up? I don't know.
He's all over the immigration issue, Lou Dobbs, almost every night. So
I know. And so you begin to wonder, is there something else right below the surface here that's bothering him? I don't know. But the Pope didn't come here to insult anybody. He won people over. And this guy to go at it again last night, it makes me want to reach for the vomit bag.
Well, maybe.
But Bill Maher was getting laughs through his routine.
Well, yeah. You could get laughs in a lot of different sections of the population depending on what the audience is. And I'm not saying the guy doesn't have talent. I just wonder, why is it, just take one group, Muslims.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he go after them like he does Catholics?
Well, that's what I was going to bring up, the point that do you feel that Catholic religion is a lot like just the basic, plain white man in this country where it's pretty much open, fair game, and no one's really gonna complain?
Yeah, how else do you explain the fact that when Mel Gibson gets drunk, makes an anti-Semitic remark, he pays a price for it? Isaiah Washington made an anti-gay remark, he got fired. Imus made a remark about blacks, he got fired. Then you got guys like Michael Richards makes a remark about blacks and his career is, tanking. And then you have Bill Maher with Catholics going on for years, and people applauding him. You just got to sit here from where I'm sitting. You say, wait a minute, why doesn't he treat Catholics like we're a bunch of Indians? And then we'd be fine, they wouldn't go after us.
Bill, I'll speculate on your answer. First of all those people that you mentioned that got in trouble, I think none of them should have. Even though some of what they said wasn't nice, I don't think they should have gotten in trouble. I think one reason Catholicism is seen as more fair game is because they've been such a power structure in the country for so long, and they've had such an influence on social policy and on the way we view things, and in schools. They've been such a power base here for so long that they're seen as, a fair game. Like, Lenny Bruce, they say what really ruined his career wasn't the sex stuff. It was going after the church. Mm-hmm. And the church is not like, let's say, what it was in 1955.
Right.
I think that's why a lot of people feel that it's a safer target to attack. Although I don't think that it should be any safer than Islam. I think they're all fair game. But maybe that's an explanation.
Well, I think you're right. I think, and there was no question about it. Mid-century, the church was exercising a lot of muscles, Legion of Decency, Hollywood paid attention and whatnot. And I understand payback, but here we are in 2008, and we had some lousy, rotten priests and some enabling bishops, but most of the guys weren't involved in any of this stuff. And grabbing somebody. And so the priests that I know, most of them are good guys, and they feel like they've been abused because every time you get these comedians like Margot out there, it makes it sound like every other priest is a molester or something, and it's just simply not fair. We don't condemn all gays because of their contribution to AIDS, and the black disproportionate crime rate doesn't mean you go out and you start attacking African Americans. So people make distinctions when it comes to other groups. Boy, when it comes to priests, most of these guys are good guys, and their morale is shot because they just, feel like I can't even give a kid a hug in a schoolyard without somebody thinking I'm a molester. It's not fair.
But it does bring up the point, though, that it isn't so much. I think any rational person would understand that every priest out there isn't a pedophile on the prowl.
Well, what's the
But it was the fact that it really wasn't being acknowledged when it was first exposed, and even after that, it seemed like a lot was being swept under the carpet. A lot of money was being paid out to people, and it was coming off as hush money. And it took until now for the Pope to actually even acknowledge that there was a problem and to address it. And I think that really got people more so than if this was happening and the church acknowledged it and said, yes, this is a problem that we're fixing,
Well, I think you're right about that, and who agreed with you was the Pope. What did he say? He said the bishops didn't handle this well.
Mm-hmm.
If he's going to say that in public, and I can imagine what he's saying in private. There's no question about it, and particularly in Boston. I mean, this has been going on for a long, long time, and listen, I'm not going to exculpate any bishop here or priest. But, there's one group which always seems to get a pass on this. They're the ones who gave the advice. They're called the psychologists. They seem to think they can always fix these guys. Well, guess what? They can't fix them.
You can't fix them.
All right? And so the idea that, we bring them into therapy for a couple of months and we ship them back and Father Murphy's in good shape. No, Father Murphy is a sick guy.
Right.
Okay? And he shouldn't be around kids. And so there's a lot of blame to go around, and most of the damage was done in the 60s, 70s, and the early 80s. And it is ironic that the Catholic Church is paying its biggest price for it in a time when they'd already made a number of reforms. As a matter of fact, in over 42,000 priests we have in this country, last year in 2007, the number of accusations that were made against priests was 5. So, I mean, people say, well, we have the same problem. No, we don't have the same problem.
Keep a secret
the
these days.
sexual revolution is long, it's
Hey, Bill, what's the percentage of priests that were up to no good? Do you know offhand?
Oh, less than 1%. I mean, there's no question about it. I mean, we've looked at the figures here, 99.98 or something like that. And I think I understand.
Man, they did a great job making everyone paranoid because every time I see a priest, that's all I swear to God, that's all I think. So,
yeah.
I mean, they made that. They did a really good job at that. If you're saying it's less than 1% of priests.
Well, and that's exactly the point, because most of these guys are good guys, and they feel like they feel like a pariah in our society the way people look at them.
Sure.
Now, look, and some of these bishops didn't handle it right. I'm the first one. Look, I've been in a position as a professor and in other positions where I've had people I know have been involved in sexual harassment. I've had them reported.
Right.
Because, these people need some help, or maybe they need to be punished. But one thing for certain, they can't stay on the job. And there are too many people in our society, including the Catholic Church, when they know somebody's got a problem, could be drugs, sex, gambling, alcoholism, they just turn their back and they say, well, I'm not getting involved. Well, no, somebody needs to get involved and somebody needs help out there.
Well, I think if what you're saying, if you're a watchdog, which you are for the Catholic Church, I think you'd get a lot more credibility making as much noise looking on the inside of the church and doing things like turning in priests, seeing what they're up to, as you do on the outside, criticizing and calling people on the carpet for making light of the Catholic Church or saying bad things about it. I think your credibility would really go through the roof if you did go on the inside and called a lot more of these people out.
The problem there is that the board that I report to doesn't want to go there precisely because I'm not going to have any credibility with bishops as a layman if I start putting my nose in there.
Well, good is good. It shouldn't matter.
You can't worry about popularity there, Bill.
Yeah.
No, I'm not worried about that. Believe me, I'm just saying that I report to a board which has some strictures there. But when this thing broke in 2002, I was quoted accurately in the New York Times saying, "I am not the Catholic Church's water boy, and I am not here to defend the indefensible." And there are some bishops who are pretty angry at me because they don't think that I did enough to defend them. I defend the Catholic Church when it's not guilty of wrongdoing. When the Catholic Church is guilty of wrongdoing, I am not going to be the apologist for them.
I'm sorry, Bill. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I say energy is waste because you do, like, you'll admit points that, like, oh, okay, that's a good point or that was wrong. But, like, the energy is wasted when you go after whether it's South Park or comedians. Like, humor is only kind of a reflection or a voicing or a frustration on what is really happening. And it's like whenever people are addressing humor, it's almost like it's a placebo. They're not really addressing the problem because humor is a very safe thing to go after, and it's such a waste of energy. You don't need. Who cares what comedians are saying? If it didn't exist, comics would never make fun of it because no one would laugh because they wouldn't relate to it because they would have no basis to laugh at it.
Well, you make a good point, but don't forget about the uneven playing field. CBS doesn't show the reruns of Amos and Andy. Why not?
But don't, even though you're right, because
got them on video.
I say why not? I say why not too. I'm with you.
We agree with you on that.
Of course.
Just because all these corporations have buckled, and all of them have horribly and shamefully, still doesn't mean that okay now this form of humor should be you know what I mean?
I'll give you guys good marks for consistency. I have a low tolerance for people who are hypocritical, and you guys certainly aren't. I may disagree with you, but you're consistent.
Hey, Bill Maher, what do you want to happen to him?
I was just asked that on TV, and I have a bunch of radio shows today. HBO has to deal with that. I'm not like that thug who went after Imus, all right? I mean, I don't. There's a lot of people. Dana Jacobs.
You're only that thug that went after Opie and Anthony. By the way, still hate you for that. I'm not even going to sit here and make believe that I love you now. Still hate you for ruining my life for 2.5 years.
You guys are doing fine.
I'm not even kidding. I mean, we get along now, but still hate you for destroying our careers.
Hey, give me a good vacation. I don't care.
Dana Jacobson over at ESPN,
Stop being soft. You cared. We all cared.
I was never mad at Bill. I was more mad at the people that knew. Come on. I wasn't mad at Bill. I was mad at the people that knew what it was and allowed us to be dumped anyway.
He got his nose right in there.
He did.
Bill saw an opportunity to get on a lot of TV shows. Look at him laughing. He knows. Hey, so the Catholic religion, I followed the Pope's visit all weekend long. Now, they're trying to get more youngsters involved with the faith there, with the religion. What kind of things are they trying to do to get people interested in Catholicism?
Bingo.
What? That's bingo. Not like saying, yeah, bingo, you're right. Literally, bingo.
What do you mean, bingo?
No. Look, it's a hard sell in a society which is increasingly secular and the like. But, it's interesting. If you take a look at all those nuns that they showed in Habit, the old style, they're not having difficulty getting young women to join their order. The ones who are having difficulty, which are dying out, are the ones who dress like social workers and act like social workers, and they're going south like social workers. It's the ones who take their religion seriously, and not to say that if you're dressed in civilian clothes, you're not taking your religion seriously, but, outward signs do matter. And those orders of priests, like the Legionaries of Christ, they're not having a difficult time getting young men. Places like Denver, which has a very serious vocation program there, they're not having difficulty. Basically, what comes down to is that orthodoxy sells more than so-called progressivism, because the problem with these orders of nuns and priests, which are, quote, progressive, if you're going to go and be assimilating to the culture and be like everybody else in terms of your lifestyle, your dress, and whatnot, then why not get married? Who needs celibacy? Just be a social worker. So, I
don't care who you are. You got to get the poison out, man. Well, you got to get the poison out. You should allow the priest to marry. No, I'm talking about the youth of America. The numbers are way down, and the Catholic Church is trying to figure out how to get the youth of America more interested in religion.
Well, I mean, it's not, as I say, it's not an easy sell in a secular society like ours, but I think, listen, you know what happens with a lot of young people? They drift in their 20s. If they were given a good root base, they come back. I mean, look, I was in the Air Force for 4 years, and, I was out partying with the guys on a Saturday. I didn't get up for Mass on Sunday. That's the way it is.
Sure.
Then you get married, you have kids, and you begin to think, I don't think I want to live in a situation where there's no structure and the like, and people start coming back. So I'm not, I mean, you saw what happened this past week, and I have to say the media coverage was extraordinarily fair. And I think this Pope won over so many of his skeptics. He didn't come in there pointing fingers, Lou Dobbs notwithstanding. He didn't scold people. He has his own warmth and charisma. There's no question about it.
Why couldn't he get the candle lit at Ground Zero?
I don't know.
Why? I had a problem with that. He's supposed to be pretty powerful there, Bill.
Well, maybe Abdul had something.
You did see that it came down to a Bic lighter, right? Instead of this amazing ceremony where they light one candle and slowly hand it to the Pope, and then he lights the main candle, it kept going out. Next thing you know, they're there with a Bic lighter.
A little breeze going on down there. What are you going to do?
Do they pick very old popes because they don't want someone controlling the church for too long?
Well, I mean, look, John Paul II was 58 back in 78 when he took over. Benedict turned 81 this week. Obviously, he has a short window of opportunity, relatively speaking, to affect things. Who the next?
It's a nice way to phrase that, by the way.
Yeah.
Who's going to succeed him? I don't know. I mean, there's all kinds of rumors and whatnot. But I think, look, we had 2 back-to-back first-class intellectuals. I don't know if he can do 3 in a row.
All right, Bill. Just want to remind you, still don't like you, but thanks for calling the Opie and Anthony show today.
Thank you, guys.
Be well.
Take it easy.
Bill Donahue from the Catholic League. It's so weird that he now calls our radio show. He destroyed us!
Dude, he didn't.
He destroyed us!
He's not the one that pretended he didn't know what we were doing.
It's one of those.
He was just being him.
It's one of those situations where that's his gig. What are you going to do? It's like getting upset with a crocodile for being a crocodile.
But he did say
You
he
know?
wasn't the thug that got Imus fired, but he certainly, there's always a face.
Yeah, there is a face of representation
and he
to
was the
getting
face
someone
of
fired.
representation when we did our thing.
He
Trust
was.
me.
But, then again, he wasn't in on the meeting that put church on the list.
But if he went... Yeah, but if he didn't go on TV like he did, who was the second guy? Who was the second thug
It
involved?
would have been someone else.
Who?
Yeah, of
It was
course.
not even a close second.
He didn't put on a corporate suit and pretend he had no idea it was a sponsored event for the third
Yeah,
year in a row.
exactly.
Good
How
job.
about looking upstairs at corporate during that one? Yuck.
All right. Not a bad show for a Monday. You guys have a good day. We're going over to XM Satellite Radio. You didn't say goodbye.
Oh. See you later.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
XM 202.
In the world of Radio Shock Jocks, the biggest are Opie and Anthony.
These people say shocking things that border on offensive in order to entertain their audience.
I refuse to sit here and think that radio has to be nice. Why? Why does radio, out of any other medium, have to be nice? We are being now held to a standard where we have to be nice and make people feel good. Go screw!
Radio Bad Boys, Opie and Anthony.
Controversial radio personalities, Opie and Anthony. Infamous DJs, Opie and Anthony. Talk show radio hosts, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Radio Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony.
What?
Hold on. Whose fault was that delay?
No.
Oh, is it?
Go ahead, correct, open, humiliated.
What do you mean right in front of me?
When you just end like that, I had to type.
Dude, I looked at you and went, boom, like go.
That was sloppy.
If you had to say a celebrity that you most resemble, who would you say?
Jodie Foster?
If she ate the real Jodie Foster. Silence of the Hams.
This is where entertainment is going.
I do not touch that. The only things that may touch that is toilet paper and baby wipes.
I am right now.
Oh my God.
They are sick freaks.
How close did you get to having relations with the dog?
You have to put oven mitts on all the German shepherds so they don't scratch Marjo.
It's time for people to understand these are words. If you don't like them, turn the dial.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Hello? Oh, okay. Rage is a little low in the mix. There you go. Welcome to XM Satellite Radio. Got a nice crowd outside the studio once again today. Not as big as Friday.
Friday was pretty cool having the live studio in here with us.
We might have to do it again today.
No.
Give us a little energy. We might have set a precedent on Friday, I'm thinking.
I think when bleachers are full, they come in.
Really?
Then the bleachers come in. Because that was good. That was like a... Because if you only get like half the bleachers full, then you're going to get like a half-hearted kind of...
All right, so today they get an open door and a mic in the area so we can pick up their laughter. Well, why don't we set rules?
Yeah.
how many people have to show up for the bleachers to be moved into the studio itself?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3.
How many are out there right now? 8, 9?
12, 18 or 20.
Well, let's go with an even number. My God, man.
20 people.
20 people show
up.
up.
20 people, then the bleachers come in.
And we're forced to do the show in front of a true live studio audience.
If there's 10 people,
like
then
today.
they get the open door and the mic. Any less than that, throw a bullhorn at one of them.
Well, at least we're
Let
open.
them just scream some shit out.
No, there are days we got 2 guys on the bleachers. We close the door and we make believe we don't even see them.
Oh, yeah, we pay attention. I always think they're here for a sales meeting.
Yeah.
Some crap.
Or an internship or something. I'm like, why didn't that guy dress up for his interview?
Yeah, dressed like shit. Oh, he's a listener.
Oh, sorry about that. What was I going to say? Fuck you.
Fuck you. Well,
yeah.
Hell of a way to start a show.
Well, it is Monday. Let's start with that. No, shit, there was something. Bleachers and... it had nothing to do with the bleachers, but Jimmy was talking about the plane and the...
shit, man, yeah.
And the lightning bolt.
Clip of the day, I guess, on the news. They're showing this all over. A plane, a passenger airliner getting struck by lightning.
It looked like... We were trying to figure it out because the still shot they got, lightning hits above the plane... and hits the plane, obviously. And then it continues through the bottom part of the plane. But I'm thinking it just went around the outside and then continued on its way, obviously. It didn't go right through
on the
plane.
Skin.
Because at that point, it would have to crash, I do believe.
That would suck for whoever was sitting in the seat where the bolt actually went through the plane if it went through. But
So obviously no one was hurt.
It's amazing how they say we can't use our fucking computers or electronic devices when we're taking off, and a bolt of lightning goes through the plane and it's fine.
He's fine. He's just keep flying it. But don't turn that cell phone on.
Keep that Game Boy off or we might crash unless God decides to fucking strike us with lightning. Then we'll be fine.
And I think that if there was a real issue there, they would collect all the Game Boys before the plane takes off because you don't want your 8-year-old not knowing the rules.
Yeah.
Right?
Tell me I turn this on.
Right.
As you plummet. There was interesting stat that came out about airline safety.
Yeah.
That in 2007, there was not one airline fatality.
They just jinxed
from,
that.
2007, last year.
They just jinxed that.
Which was good.
That means we're going to have a major one in 2008.
I just think it was good that they said 2007, so, it's not like so far or anything like that.
Right,
it's
right.
So the year was over. They got through the year and then mentioned it. But no airliner, major, air carrier, crashed and had any fatalities.
Is that
in
the first
entire year?
Is that the
U.S.
Is that the first year that has happened? Or the
I don't
first
know.
year in a long time?
I think
probably.
in a long ass time. Yeah, and then there were very limited numbers of fatalities on private aircraft and charter jets, things like that. Which, I think it definitely has to do with the technology behind all that shit now.
Then we should get the news tease they did this morning because that's the reality. But the news this morning right here in New York made it very, very scary for people that are going to be flying.
Yeah.
What were they saying that the near collisions are?
Near
are up?
collisions are up and always happening at Newark Airport here in New York,
But they failed to
crowded
mention
airports.
that stat because that doesn't make for good TV.
I think they're getting a lot of those, but I think that the air traffic controllers know it. They're putting planes closer together. It makes it a little more dangerous, but I think with the equipment they have now, it's pretty safe.
And if you're an air traffic controller, you're kind of like a gamer, video gamer. Like when you start getting used to the controls, and I don't know, let's just use Grand Theft Auto. Next thing you know, you're on a motorcycle and you're flying straight toward a car coming at you, and then at the last second you're like, back on the road.
You got the game down.
I have a feeling that's how the air traffic controllers are. They're like, you know what, this job's boring. I know I have a lot of leeway here.
They got the game down.
Oh boy, do they!
Because to them, it's just a screen and some dots on it and
They
numbers.
got the rhythm. They got the rhythm of the whole thing.
They know what they're doing.
I think so. So, what do we know about the lightning bolt? Nothing?
No, just that it was a really awesome video. Someone from
It's
the
a great
ground
video, but-
shot it. Like, why were you following the plane from the ground?
Yeah, that is.
Did anyone?
I think a bolt of lightning's going to strike. Maybe he knew where a bolt of lightning was going to strike.
Yes. It was submitted by JC from Bethlehem.
I don't know.
I was going more with the Back to the Future.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, the lightning bolt hits the clock tower. That way they could get the power to send Michael J. Fox back to 1985.
Which was
They should both be falling out of the Enola Gay.
Hey, I hear that we might have a belly dancer today. We're obsessed
Really?
with belly dancing ever since that girl from Cleveland came down.
Jimmy, get up. Come on.
Oh, I've been hiding it from you. I'm very shy but seductive.
Should we interview our potential belly dancer?
Yeah,
I
where's
say
the
we
where's
get
the
this
belly
gal in
dancer?
Well, this started off as a goof. We had a girl come down here with her boyfriend, Sean Benjamin. I remember Sean Benjamin. His music is
Going to be a
is
big
terrific.
star. It's going to be a big star.
And his girlfriend, Belly... Oh, why don't you just sit at the big boys table? What the hell?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, you can sit over there.
Where you going, madam?
Yeah, it's all right. A little AC/DC shirt on.
So this
little
girl-
metalhead, are you? Little man. Little bit.
Talking to the big black cock. There you go.
No, it's a microphone. Be nice.
Oh, sorry.
Jesus.
I am being nice. That's how
I told her to talk into a big black cock.
That's just being nice.
And everyone knows you can't talk into one. You got to suck it. Who can resist?
So Sean Benjamin's girlfriend started this bit. She did a fine belly dance, and we figured maybe
Yes.
we could get more hot girls to belly dance. We're not looking for like traditional belly dancers. You know, their mothers did it, and now they're doing it, and they're at some dumb
Down at
restaurant.
the Indian restaurant.
Oh, we don't
Yeah.
want that crap. We
No.
want like what's your name?
Annie.
Annie. Although you got a little something in you.
Annie's just a regular girl.
Well, I don't know. Look at the eyes, though. She's got some something in her.
A little Persian in you or something?
Close. Lebanese.
Lebanese.
Yes, there we go.
Ah, like our own Steve C.
Did everyone see?
You have to have your back waxed. 'Cause it's a problem with me.
Did you guys see Steve in his new hairdo, looking like a vampire?
No, now we're thinking he looks like a little like Tony Manero.
Oh God!
And that's how you executive produce, all right?
If he ate the real Tony Manero.
Saturday Night Fever blisters.
It's greased hair. Yeah, it's the Prius.
Vroom vroom. Where's our Prius car sound?
I want to take my Prius down the Thunder Road. You come with me, Sandy? Stranded at the studio, branded a douche. Go greased hair. Shaves his back or waxes his back so some poor fella doesn't have to feel it scraping on his chest.
God damn.
Yeah, it's grease lightning.
All right, well, let's get to the belly dancer with the AC/DC shirt on.
Yeah.
So what's your name again?
Annie.
Oh, Annie, you said that. I'm sorry. How old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
20 years old, and you got to describe yourself for the audience.
Okay, well, I'm about 5'1", brown hair, brown eyes. Wearing an
figure.
AC/DC shirt. What's that?
Lovely figure.
Thank you.
We could dye your hair red.
I dye it different colors
Dyed it
depending on
red?
my mood. Red,
Yeah.
blonde, pink. But it's not pink right now.
And she's got those lesbian eyes. Jesus. Lebanese
I got my
eyes.
lesbian eyes
She's
on.
got those Lebanese eyes. Jesus Christ.
My eyes only for other females. Yep, my lesbian eyes.
Are you, how much you weigh there? We
yeah.
have to for the radio. I know it's not nice to ask a girl, but.
Okay, well, I'll say 120.
All right, that means 135. Jeez. Well, she knows, right? Every girl
Well, as
lowballs.
long as it's in the right
Everyone, yeah.
But I'm not going to
it's in
sit
the
here.
right spot for a belly dance.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with you. I'm just.
Okay, thank you.
Nothing wrong with you at all. So you want a belly dance for everybody?
Sure. Well, I mean, I had an outfit, but if you want just an AC,
I'd rather see your outfit. Yeah, what's your outfit?
It's
Shows the belly.
Traditional belly dancing?
It's more traditional, yeah.
Now, what made you get the outfit?
Just I thought it was, cute.
Yeah. And when did you start belly dancing?
Well, let's see. I guess I started really training about 3 years ago, and I've kind of danced just at family gatherings.
Really?
For years, yeah.
Some filthy uncles looking like, yeah.
Do that belly dance
Right,
you
you
used to
do that belly dance. Some big Lebanese.
I imagine the years 14, 15, and 16 were very popular with the family. Very popular.
That's a little weird, though. Just out of the blue, you decided to start belly dancing?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I just saw it on TV. I went to this restaurant over outside of Boston, and there was a dancer there, and I thought it was really cool. And, she seemed really, glamorous and sexy, so I figured that might be something cool to try. And
it gives you an excuse to eat pasta.
Precisely.
To get a little belly. Did you take lessons and stuff?
Yeah,
or?
I've taken lessons.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, didn't think they even had that.
They do.
Well, why don't we get her into a little belly dancer costume?
Okay.
We just did Jimmy a big disservice.
What?
It's the feedback. You're still on K-Rock right now, technically.
Oh, I forgot.
Jimmy put together an hour of music, and he's introing the songs and stuff on K-Rock here in New York City.
I completely forgot.
We forgot too.
We're doing
obviously.
a show here.
I totally
Screw that
forgot.
guy over there at K-Rock.
We're competing against you right now, Jimmy.
I honestly forgot, or I would have mentioned it.
Yeah.
We all forgot.
Yeah, it's all right.
All
Watch
right.
it get an 11 share.
All right, let's get Annie ready for the big belly dancing moment.
Bye, Annie.
All right. Do you guys want to see the belly dancer today? Yeah. Trying to get some energy from the crowd out there. You can help us along here.
I don't care about them. I'm filling up.
Are you filling up?
Like a little sausage link.
You like Annie, huh?
How could you not? Terrific little body.
Mm-hmm.
She's been belly dancing for a long time. I used to tell her, I'd say, Annie, get up there, you know.
Start your belly dance.
Why don't you do that little belly dance that you was doing for me while I was bouncing you on my lap?
Oh,
Show your Uncle Paul the belly dance.
you're a ghoul.
Let me give you a kiss on the tummy.
right.
Let me kiss your tummy.
Oh, my God.
damn,
It's so
you
creepy.
suck.
God, I hate that.
Why?
I don't know. I just hate
You
it.
want to kiss, Greg? Come here.
No, that's all right, Jimmy.
You were cute. I remember when you was a boy in the apple tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you all about sex. You got scared.
Scared.
Remember, I tilted your head back. I said, let me show you how to kiss.
Oh, God.
Gotta open your mouth.
Whiskey breath and razor stubble.
Yeah, I let you smoke a cigarette. And I said, I'll tell. Hey, I told you how to give me a Frencher.
Ghoulish.
Yeah, absolutely. Going back to the plane getting hit by lightning, use lead bag rights. Did everyone leave the plane with their hair standing on it?
Funny. Smoke coming out of their ears like cartoon.
Yeah. Hey, did we got the crazy YouTube lady? Did we get the original? She was on Good Morning America. Remember this story from last week? Going through a divorce. She's a much younger woman. She married a guy, obviously, just for his money. And it went bad, and then she made a YouTube video because she was looking for sympathy from everybody, I guess.
The guy had a prenup. She signed it, and then I guess she didn't want to adhere to it.
You can find her. Just Google cunt.
Right.
Yeah.
She pops right up.
Do we need the original, you think, or can we just go with the Good Morning America
I think we'll know
interview?
who she is.
All right, let's go with this here.
If we were looking for some attention, you've certainly gotten it. 2 million people, they say, have watched it online. It's in the newspapers. 3 million people now. This show made the decision.
See right there. Just
Three.
She's got to go, no, it's 3. Let me correct you. 3 million.
People now. This show made the decision to put you on. Is this what you wanted?
I wanted attention to my plight. Basically, for me, it was a life or death situation. I still basically don't understand what was going on, but I was being evicted, and my husband was evicting me with $50,000. He had stopped paying my credit cards, and I had to pay lawyers, so basically he was throwing me out with $80,000 of debt. This is after 9 years of marriage.
Oh, boy, how much do you hate this one?
I fucking
debt.
How much
hate
do you
her.
hate this one?
How did she figure out she's in debt when she's trying to rake the guy over the coals?
Get a job, bitch.
Yeah.
How about that?
Why?
Well, she wants millions. I mean, her debt is only 80,000.
He's never had a dialogue with me. He's never said, Tricia, this isn't working, can I have a divorce? Cindy Adams told me last year he wanted to divorce me. This started...
The gossip columnist.
Yeah. And I actually saved his life years ago. Everybody knows. You know, he says he was going to... He served me a piece of... Well, my lawyer was served a piece of paper saying cruel and inhuman behavior. The only cruel and inhuman behavior I've done to him is made him drink wheatgrass juice and made him have skim milk in his cappuccino. I loved him.
She's like Club Soda Kenny with Opie.
Right. Here's your wheatgrass, GH.
Here it is. I won 18 million.
I got to go write my traffic and weather together on the 8s now, but you drink your wheatgrass juice.
Why go this way? So assaultive, so obvious, so extreme.
What was I going to do? Go live in the park?
No, but, you know, ordinarily when there's a conflict like this, you get an attorney or you go to therapy, you get some
Attorneys cost
counseling.
money. I didn't have any money. All my work, all my plays have been pulled and postponed over the last 6 years.
Any more of these videos coming?
I don't know. I mean, I did it for survival. I mean, but everybody wants to know what happens next and whether me and my bad husband will do the right thing. But what I want to ask is, why is my husband doing this?
Because he's not in love with you anymore.
Because you're a cunt.
She is a cunt.
Yeah. She's obviously a very rich woman. You could just tell, especially if she's hanging out with that slob Cindy Adams. Cindy Adams only hangs out with the rich and famous.
I loved him. I worshipped the ground that man walked on. I did
just can't
nothing
live
wrong
on it.
to him.
She breaks down here. I would love to get this guy's side of the story.
I did nothing wrong to him. I didn't have an affair. Why would he throw me out with no money? I'm hurt. And nobody cared. And he told everybody on Broadway that he was too old and I didn't love him. So I knew that I had to get attention. This was my survival. And I know that to get attention, you are sensational and funny. And I wasn't mean. And I edited it. And I got the woman with the camera and I edited it and I was careful.
Wow, there's just nothing here.
Shut up.
Exactly.
She is a cunt on wheels.
There's nothing here.
Get a job, you fucking pseudo hooker. Just be a prostitute for real. That's what you are.
Yeah.
He's tired of fucking you. You've had X amount of years of a free ride.
And the
Now
ride is
beat it.
over. Beat it, stupid.
Get out.
Scram.
Get out, fucking Google eyes.
So you're saying this is completely legitimate because you do have the theater background. You are an actress. You are theatrical by nature. So some could view this and say, oh, maybe it's a stunt. Maybe this is someone just trying to get attention. You're saying this is the real thing that we see there.
I don't think lawyers and eviction papers being thrown out with debt is a stunt. I think I can think, that's kind of really a stupid thing for anybody to even think I would do this for a stunt.
Have you tried to reach out
They
to your
weren't
husband?
saying
Have you had any
stunt.
time?
Exactly.
He won't talk to you.
Nothing.
They were combining stinky and cunt. That's his reasons for leaving you.
That's pretty much Who Cares Radio and Who Cares TV. There's nothing there. Like what? Like that was a non.
She's a fucking bitch.
Good Morning America, because they saw the video got 2-3 million views, said we have to get this lady on the air. But why did the video get 2 or 3 million views? That there's nothing even in
because it was on the news.
It's
That's pretty much it. Yeah. I see a belly dancer.
Oh,
she's ready to go?
Yeah.
She's in her belly dancer little outfit.
All right, do we have a mic set up? We should have a mic like
Why
over
would
there
we?
somewhere. Right there. No, in the middle.
I'm kidding.
Wow, Where you at, mama? All right. Well, today we're doing a traditional belly dancer. We're actually looking for like just jeans and topless, but
I like this.
Yeah, this is
That's a cool outfit. What type of underpants do you have? I'm just curious. You don't have to.
These are, I don't know, some lycras.
Are they spandex?
Yeah, I don't know. I bought them last night.
Are they boy shorts?
No, they're not. They're just panties.
Panties?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, Annie looks all right in her belly dancing uniform.
Sure does.
Outfit.
Uniform.
Attire. Garb.
But where's your uniform?
So what do? We just film this and throw it on YouTube? It doesn't make for good radio, but trust me, people will be checking out your video later
they check
today.
it out.
It's hard to kind of hear a belly dancer. I mean,
There's a lot of. No, you can hear the little bells.
You
have
got
those
little
finger
jingly
symbols.
things.
I do.
Where are
But
they?
they're kind of annoying.
I want to hear them.
You want to hit them?
Yeah.
You got them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they go
bring it
like
in.
ding, 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 ding,
Shaka, shaka.
ding, cling, cling.
And
They're pretty. You're probably gonna get sick of them though. They get annoying.
Oh, I'm sure I'll hate them.
do you need any music like some of that?
I was saying Shakira because everybody thinks Shakira a belly dancer.
Oh yeah.
Is that lame?
No.
No, that's all right. So which one you want? Her big song?
Yeah.
That was
Hips Don't
called
Lie.
the belly dancing song. What was it called?
Hips
Hips
don't
don't
lie.
Oh yeah.
With Wyclef.
Yes.
True.
Have we got that song?
Oh.
All right, here. All right, here
hear
she's
it?
belly dancing.
Oh.
Sure.
No fighting. Shakira. I never really knew that she could dance like this. She make a man
All right, she's belly dancing.
And
Pretty well, actually.
it sucks for you on the radio, but it's just something about that that's really cool to check out.
Yes. She's it's kind of like a traditional belly dance.
Yeah. I like the side thing. Yeah, I like the side
Yeah, the little
hip turn. Yeah.
hip thing that the belly dancers
All right,
do.
this was fun. She's doing a nice job.
Where are the ching-chingies?
Where's the finger things?
Yeah, we need
I
the-
want people to hear this.
We need the finger thingies.
E-Rock's bringing them in.
If we don't pick this up, I'm going to trash us on the message board.
All right, she's putting the finger things on because this will really add to what you're listening to right
That's right.
now.
Your listening experience is about to go from a 0 to a 1.
Well, look, man, our show is like, wow.
It's cool. You're right. Those were annoying already. Nah, keep doing them. They're okay. They're
Keep
okay.
going. Let's go.
All right,
Let's
keep going. Enjoy.
Give us the big belly
More.
dance. So we're looking for 30 seconds we can throw up on YouTube.
Yeah. All right, no more of those. No, they're okay. She's got them between her thumb and finger, and she's clinking them away.
Yeah.
Now, go ahead, clink them away. Let everybody hear them clinking. Feedback loves them. Oh, I want those for my own personal use.
When your girl's like trying to talk to you.
Yeah, while I'm
just
eating her pussy.
clang.
Like she's trying to concentrate and come and think of anyone but me. I'll just start clanking those.
I want Patrice to grab them and spank them together.
Sam, you got some good video. I'm so happy you picked the worst angle possible. Shouldn't you be like right in front of her? This was a complete disaster.
That's cool. Hey, by the way, next week we have moonwalking on the radio. And then if that's the biggest hit as we expect it to be, we're going to do head spins.
Let me explain something. There's a visual element to this show. Here's the problem. Maybe we should be doing this stuff on the side while we're doing the radio show because we do want like some videos that we can put up on YouTube. Maybe the videos don't make for good radio, but the videos stand on their own. And that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, we just kind of work it all out on the air.
Yeah, we're multimedia and we're trying to work it out on the air.
So what we have right now is as much of a humiliating auditory bust as this has been visually. Wait till you see it.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic.
You won't believe your eyes. You'll be so like what you're saying about us right now. You'll completely feel guilty about it.
Yeah,
those guys are shit.
What are the odds of doing this topless? Or you got to ask, you know.
Not very good.
Not very
How about
good?
if we don't film it? But then again, that wouldn't be any good for the listeners, would it? Well, how about bottomless? Like if you don't want to show your breasts, could you just...
How about ass up?
Yeah.
Just
do you shave or no? I'm just curious. You don't have to tell me. Just nod. A little bit or a lot?
A lot.
All of it?
So it doesn't look like you have Osama bin Laden in a headlock or a leg lock would be a lot better. Although they laughed because they knew where.
Yeah, I knew where it was coming from.
You have a little bit left? You leave a little?
A little landing strip.
All gone, huh?
I like to keep it pretty.
Oh, perfect. Like as we call the belly dance floor.
Yeah, terrorists don't need a landing strip. So. Ooh.
Right.
All right.
I like that.
Thank you.
All right, that was our belly dancing segment.
Wow, it
How
was
about that?
Amazing.
She's very nice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
This could mean the end to our belly dancing bit that we've been promoting.
But we only did it
nothing
once
against you.
before.
Jimmy ruined it.
No, I didn't. It's just hard because people can't see you. If we had a show that they could leave, because you look great, but people all they hear is the fucking Shakira song and
the annoying things.
But they're not even. But no
what
one
about our
can hear.
commentary? You had a few lines in there that people chuckled
Well,
at.
of course, it's fun to comment. But
Thank
I mean,
God.
Yeah. Otherwise, all they're hearing is a couple of light bells. Just do that again for a second.
Well, somebody is suggesting
Who's
that.
listening to that?
Jimmy,
I'll watch it.
Hold on, but someone is suggesting maybe Uncle Paul talks her through a little belly dance. All right, you start dancing again. Uncle Paul's going to talk to you.
There you go. Come on, just move your hips a little back and forth. That's right. Forth. Sit on Uncle Paul's lap. Up and down like I taught you. Okay, I'm boring myself. Even Uncle Paul can't save this one, because I already did all the pedophile jokes 5 minutes ago. Let me break the fourth wall. How am I supposed to top tongue-kissing Greg by the apple tree?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, are you having your period? Any girls out there having their period? We're still looking to do a period mustache with Pat Duffy. What happened? Nothing?
Could you do a headstand?
I can't. I don't know.
Why? Well, we can hold your legs up.
Can I try those finger cymbals?
Yeah.
Or are they all sweaty?
No, they're not safe.
Okay.
You want me to teach you how to belly dance?
No.
You sure?
Look at Jimmy. No.
Jimmy, come no. I don't think are there guy belly dancers?
There are.
Yes, they're called faggots.
They're called.
I want these for my own life.
Just to
What? I didn't hear you.
No matter where you are.
Do is argue with my chick. That's perfect.
When you're not getting attention at Starbucks or
would
at a
that be
restaurant.
annoying?
Yes. Or if you, yeah, exactly. It's your turn. Mocha ice latte, boy.
Excuse me, I was next.
I want to fucking clang these. I want to sit on a plane and just do this through the entire flight.
Oh, you'd be dead. You'd be dead.
All right, that was fun. Here you go.
There
How much
your
do these
belt
cost?
back.
They're like $12. They're wicked cheap.
A piece?
And no, like for a set.
Okay.
Wicked cheap.
Set.
You got a boyfriend?
No.
No, why not? You're
Why?
very sexy.
What's the problem? Maybe we could make something out of this. Yeah, get on, Mike. What's the problem?
Problems?
Yeah, why don't you have a boyfriend?
I don't know. I mean, every time I go on a date, I go on a date, they just never call me back.
Are you a virgin?
Really?
No.
Do you suck cock on the first
Holy
date? Because
shit.
No, I wait till the second date for that. Usually.
Then they should be coming back for the second date,
yeah,
right?
but they don't listen.
What do you think your problem is that you're not getting a man?
That's a good question.
I know.
I don't know. I mean,
Are you vanilla, would you say? Like, are you a little, like, you know, I mean, you don't have to totally giving head, but if you're fooling around, are you comfortable going far on the first, you know?
yeah. I mean, like, I usually don't have a problem with it.
Huh.
I'm all about the love, you know.
Okay.
All
Are you a
about
hippie
love.
chick or something?
Yeah, kind of.
So why don't you just smoke some pot and I don't know, like.
Well, the guy's got to be there, you know.
Yeah.
Why don't you like when the guy comes to your door, just be ass up?
You know, I'll try that next time. That might work. That might
You really
work.
can't get a
Ass
date,
Well, I don't know. I mean,
guys. Would you date her? Oof.
that's probably why.
What the fuck is?
Wait.
She's very cute. Of course I would.
All right, maybe. All right, I understand you're
No, he's
married,
married.
and that's your wife, but let's see what's going on. Let's ask the guys out there. Can we get another mic on the guys out there?
Yeah, doing it right now.
Is Stan the only guy working for the show today? I think so. Steve?
Yes, Steve's running. I'm running. Look how fast I'm running. My hair is all the way back from the wind.
Steve!
He must be running 800 miles an hour.
Steve does realize, you do realize we're doing a radio show. We might need your help, right? Well, okay. You're plugging in remotes?
I'm mixing some paint.
All right, guys.
I got a greased asshole. Greased asshole.
Ted, work the crowd. Start from the bottom row. Name? What's your name, sir?
Aaron?
And would you date her?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I would.
What do you?
There you go.
What do you find sexy about it?
Her body, cute face.
Cool. Do you like the fact that she has a neck?
Yes.
All right.
Important.
No, she's got big eyes, big Arabian eyes, big freaking Lebanese eyes, and
Arabian eyes.
She's got a very nice smile.
Yeah.
Everything's
Thank
well
you.
proportioned.
Well proportioned.
Nice.
All right. Any other guys want in on this?
Good eats.
Would you date her? Married guy. Would you date her if your wife wasn't sitting right next to you?
No.
Why? Not your
kidding.
type?
He can't even say anything with the wife there.
What do you do for work? You a fucking superhero? Jesus Christ, he's big. He's huge.
Huh?
I'm a sales rep, Jimmy.
Sales? What do you sell? Probably
Medical
broken
devices.
jaws. he fucking sells medical equipment. Here, like, say your leg is broken like this. Same joke twice, just switch body parts. Just switch body parts, Jimbo. That's called stretching it out.
I liked it, Jimmy.
No, do a joke, then just redo it. Two Jews walk into a pub. See, I know I said bar before, but now it's a pub. Laugh all over, folks.
Jimmy, you left all the funny out on that stage this weekend, though, man.
Oh, I don't know what happened.
You got to rest now. You had a lot of funny the last 5 shows.
I have to produce it every day.
You had 5
Yes.
solid shows at Caroline's. What about the last dude on the bleachers?
The last dude on the bleachers coming this
Steve, we
fall.
already interviewed that guy. Jesus.
Would you date her, sir?
Yes, I would.
You would. Okay.
I'll have to give up my
She's
number
got a nice
later.
smile.
Oh.
Well, I'm married, but
Oh well. Beard?
what's that?
Nothing.
All right. Well, now we're even trying this bit, and this ain't working for you. Maybe because you slouch.
No.
What?
Yeah, show confidence. There you go.
Am I better now?
You got small boobies, but if you don't slouch, they'll be well represented, right, Jimmy?
I think she's very sexy. I like
There you
small
go.
breasts.
Look, you push the shoulders back. You have a little more confidence.
What are they, 34B?
No.
No, 36.
Are they A's? Nice. I don't mind A's. Big nipple, small?
Well proportioned.
Really? Okay. You're very sexy.
Thank you.
I would love to see your, like, could you don't have to show anything, so I know you don't want to, but could you at least lift your, she has nice little juicy legs. She's sexy, man. I would, yeah.
Juicy legs.
I mean that in a good way,
Juicy
though.
legs. That's the first time I've heard that one.
That's a good compliment, though, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Believe it or nice. Wouldn't mind having those fucking wrapped around my face while you screamed, "Lick it, pig." That's just what I like a girl to yell at me and shake your fist like you're an old man. I'm on your lawn.
Why you?
All right.
I'll try that next time.
Oh, you're very sexy.
Yeah, we want to
Thank
thank
you.
you for belly dancing.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Not your fault that we fucking decided to do something visual on the radio. Hey, you guys should stick around for the 11 o'clock hour. We're flying paper airplanes.
Ooh, I can make a good paper airplane. All right, we're gonna take a quick break, regroup, and that's that.
There's a virus spreading in our area. Will it affect you? Find out on the next Opie and Anthony show.
The virus made my genitals rot off.
I don't really have the virus yet. I'm kind of itchy and stuff, but I don't really have the virus.
That virus you're always talking about.
El virus de Opie and Anthony.
Moving right along with the Opie and Anthony show. We got a bunch of stories we still haven't gotten to yet. Tell me which one you're interested in. Teen accused of planting nuts in lunch of allergic classmate.
That's always fun to do. Kill your classmate.
Father kills
Dummy.
son in hunting accident after mistaking him for a turkey.
That's the one I'd vote for.
That is the dumbest thing.
Why is
How do you
that?
mistake it? Because hunting accidents are really nothing but people being very careless.
I would never go out in the woods.
Very careless.
Especially not in a turkey hat.
Right.
The boy had a turkey hat on, and his father said, "Who is that?" And the boy went,
Wait.
The boy was retarded. He didn't know any better.
Guys, hold on to your hats. Blake is calling in from New Orleans. He says he has a great jerking off story.
Not just a jerking off story, mind you. He said he has a great jerking off story.
Yeah.
On to your hat.
All right, Blake, what do you
Right.
got?
I was having sex with the wife, and she came before me, that cunt. And I started to jerk off, and she tried to help me. I'm 6'3". Her head was by my head. I blew a load, and I hit her right in her chin, and then right in my armpit hair, and got a big old knot of cum in my armpit hair that cut out. Have you ever had that happen?
Who hasn't, son?
Have you?
Of course.
Not my armpit hair, no.
It's really embarrassing when you're putting deodorant on and you have a big clump of cum in your hair.
Oh, you didn't know it was there?
No, I knew it was there right when it happened.
Anthony's got it in his mustache.
Wasn't mine.
She got very angry when I hit her in her chin. She, because she doesn't like sucking, cum, eating cum and all that stuff. But,
You're like an enchanting couple.
Killjoy. She comes first, fucking bitch.
What paradise is this?
Yeah. She doesn't like sucking and eating cum. And we were all supposed to be like, get out.
So I'm fucking the ball and chain, and the cunt has the nerve to have an orgasm. So then I shoot a load on her chin and in my pit. And I can't wonder why we're fucking not on vacation somewhere in Honolulu. What do you two do for fun? Torture small animals? Fucking
marital bliss.
Yeah, good times.
Wait, Blake. So you're looking for a girl that likes to suck and eat cum?
No, I'm just saying, some women don't like swallowing or even coming near any of that stuff, and she doesn't. And when I hit her in the chin, she started hitting me and getting angry with me. It's like, I can't fucking control where it's going to go. It hit you in the fucking chin. I was impressed because it shot about 4 feet in the air to hit her in the chin. The second batch hit me in the armpit. So, I mean, I had a good I had a good 4-foot shot for my prostate, so I'm thinking my prostate's pretty healthy.
You know what, dude? I relate to that because one of my finest moments was as I'm on my bathroom floor. Let's just say there's substances on me, and there's a dominatrix standing over me, leaning over, tweaking my nipples while I jerk off on a fucking garbage bag.
Yeah.
And I fucking shot, and she actually had to skip out of the way because I fucking arced on her leg. She was standing behind my head, leaning over.
Wow.
That was a wonderful shot.
You told another story where you hit the wall behind you once,
Oh yeah,
too.
well, yeah, but I was laying at the head of my bed.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I
but
took a
that's still
photo.
impressive. If you're in that position, you're able to hit the wall behind your head.
I'm fucking Sherman shooter. I fucking shoot loads, but not always. If I don't come for a while, then it kind of comes out slow.
It just comes out like.
If you don't come for a while, it comes out slow?
Yeah. Like it has to be like.
Bleh.
Yeah, it's very slow.
Bleh.
It sounds yes.
Bleh. Bleh. Glurg.
My question is, does that mean that my prostate's healthy, that I was able to shoot so far?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think your prostate is what makes the jizz shoot out further, sir.
You're not.
I thought I was calling the doctor show. I'm sorry.
Wouldn't it be the muscle?
It is the muscles.
Yeah. All right, sir. Let's. We got
muscles around
Sex Advice
your,
with Jim
fucking-
Norton has begun.
your cum sack.
Mike in New York. What's up?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
Jimmy, this past weekend, I just got involved in an orgy, and me and my buddies brought these 2 chicks back. And after all night going, I started banging the chick without a bag.
If it smells like fish, a tasty dish. If it smells like cologne, leave it alone. Those are the rules of an orgy. I'm sorry, sir. Tasty dish. What were you saying, sir, about the... Well, go ahead. I apologize.
I was banging this chick, so it's the first time I really banged a random chick without a bag.
Right.
So I'm a little nervous on what should I do.
Build up that immunity. Keep fucking them without bags. How is your body ever supposed to learn what AIDS looks like and reject it if it doesn't see it? Don't slow down, son. You've been a rookie for too long. You want to be a fucking man, or you want to live in a dress the rest of your life? Stick it in her ass without a condom and then laugh about it later.
How old is she?
You have cauliflower on the helmet.
Actually, she's 28 and she's getting married next Saturday.
Oh, good.
She's getting married next
God.
Saturday?
Good for you.
It
She'll
was
be-
awesome, though. Best night of my life.
She'll be fucking pink socking out the back of her wedding dress. Like they'll go to lift her wedding dress, but it'll be her pink socked asshole.
The little kids will grab her train as she walks down, and you'll just see an elephant trunk following her.
The flower girl will have to lift her fucking pink socked anus because you fucking old wrecking ball cock went in there. Good boy.
How do you know she's getting married?
We were at a bar and there was.
He's the best man.
We come back and
Exactly, it's his little girl.
Party, so we go back to the hotel and it's a suite and you see all like bachelorette shit and like the penises all over. And then the chick said, I saw the pictures and she had the bride hat on and I was like, oh Jesus.
That's hilarious.
You know what? As Jimmy said, I sucked it up and gave her a good deep dicking.
Oh, dude, I'm dying to catch a fucking bride like right the night before her wedding. That's my dream.
Why?
She
Why
had
not?
No problem about it. She said, you know what she was laughing about? She was like, oh, I'm so happy you were my last fuck before next Saturday.
So what are you worried of catching from this slut?
She seemed a little, I don't know, more willing than usual, so I don't know if she has something.
Jimmy-
First time, Hope, I don't know.
Jimmy, what could this guy get from her?
I don't know. The fact that she's getting married next week and she still fucked a stranger without a bag doesn't say much for her morals, does it, sir? Doesn't say
No.
much for her concerns.
Who knows who she's been with and what she's been up to?
That's right. If I were you, I'd fucking drop her off in the Congo and fucking hand somebody a rifle butt and say, check this out for me.
Can you get me?
Get in there, would you? You 30. Get in there.
All right, thank you. We're doing Sex Advice with Jim Norton. It just came up out of nowhere. We got Footer on the line. Footer!
Yo, what's up, boys? Hey, Jimmy, quick question for you, bro. I got this new massage chick, and at first, I couldn't even grab her ass. She was pushing my hand away. Now I'm 3 times in. I had her naked. I was eating her pussy. This bitch squirt. But, Jimmy, I'm telling you, I think it had to be a little pee in there, too, bro.
If you're lucky.
Exactly. I walked out of there thinking I got a bargain. But, with that being said, you think it was a little bit of mixed? What do you think?
I don't know enough about squirting, but I'd say sometimes it's clear, sometimes it's pee. I mean, you just got to take the good with the bad. Just swallow it all. Just think of yourself as a drain. That's what I do. I think of myself as a tub. I'm Jimmy the Tub, although squirt. Whatever they give, I'll swallow.
Isn't most of that squirting crap pee? Come on.
It's not. I've drank it. It's not. I know what piss tastes like, believe me. Trust me, no. It's not. It's different.
No, it was a good thing, Jimmy. It's all about you, baby. Whoa!
It's got a weird taste to it. But piss tastes like fucking like a popcorn. It does. It's salty like popcorn.
Why would piss taste like popcorn?
It's salty.
Yeah, but so is fucking a lot of things.
Sometimes it's really, really bright yellow piss sucks. It's really bitter. And then there's clearer piss, which is nice. You can drink mouthful of that.
I just got like fucking
Did you really?
chills. Yeah,
Oh, you guys are fucking need to toughen up a little bit.
Imagine that.
Yeah, come on. You're not going to last very long in the Nom. You're not drinking everybody else's piss.
Any squirters out there today, ladies? No squirters? They're all looking down, saying, please don't don't call on me. Let's say hi to Eric in Colorado. Eric.
Hey, morning, boys.
Hi.
Hey, Saturday night, my wife's nephew got married, and he found out 2.5 hours before the wedding that at her bachelorette party, his bride-to-be banged 3 strippers.
Wow, what did he do besides cum in his pants? What did fucking the cuckold do?
How do you know this went down?
My wife was actually at the bachelorette party. She left when the strippers showed up because she had to take her 87-year-old grandmother home.
That's what your wife tells you.
When she got back 2.5 hours later, the bride-to-be come walking out of the bedroom in the hotel suite with one of the strippers.
So how did this fucking guy find out? Did she fucking sneeze and there was tapioca on her ankles?
I don't know who told him. All I know is 2.5 hours before the wedding, there was screams and shouts, and suddenly half the family disappeared. And my wife come out a few minutes later because my wife had told me about it. And I'm like, you got a moral dilemma here, whether or not you tell somebody, because I'm not telling anyone.
So what happened?
I doubt this went on. Like, who's going to admit? She's not going to admit it. The stripper's not going to admit it. So who saw this go down?
Someone might have told him.
Yeah, that's just it. I don't know who told him, but, I mean, the wedding was supposed to be at 6 on Saturday night. It didn't happen until after 8. There was quite a bit of discussion and soul-searching. They actually encouraged them.
Soul-searching? How about some fucking womb-searching? She fucked 3 guys.
Soul-searching? What? I mean...
He had to wait 2 hours?
So, and the guy ended up getting married anyway?
Yeah, he married her anyhow.
He deserves everything that's coming his way.
Yep.
What a dummy. If he really thought that really went down, he is just dumb.
Yeah, like I say, I mean, I'm going by what I was told, that it was the God's honest truth, and I said the same thing. He was nuts for marrying her, because if she did it once, she's going to do it again.
Shame me once. What does it say? Fool me once, shame on you.
Yeah.
Fool me twice, shame on you again, because I'm vulnerable. I just made that up.
I
Someone
like it.
thinks on his feet, doesn't he, folks?
All right, Eric, thank you.
Yeah.
Twice it won't be fooled again.
Let's go to Ozone Park. John?
Come on.
John, Ozone Park. You're on the air, sir.
Guys. How you doing, gentlemen?
Good.
I just want to say, Norton, you rocked Friday night, man. You put on a great show.
Oh, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that.
A lot of fun, and you guys were really cool outside the club to me and my girl. You talked to us for a couple of minutes. It was really nice. I just wanted to say thanks.
Oh, of course, man. We're never snotty to fans. We're happy you guys come.
It was a pleasure meeting you guys. It really was.
Were you the one that had a tough time getting in until the last minute?
Yeah.
Oh, God, did we hate you. Enough. We get it. You're not getting in. No, they got in
All right,
at the
guys,
last
take
minute.
care.
All right, bro. No, you were really cool. Your whole gang was all right. Thanks,
All
John.
right, thank you, man. See you again.
There's not much we could do with that on the radio. All right, father kills son in hunting accident after mistaking him for a turkey.
It was a retarded boy in a turkey hat, I'm telling you.
Yes. Why? First of all, if you're going to take your son, who's 9 years old, hunting, why wouldn't you have him really close to you?
Yeah, that's another thing people do. Big mistake when you're hunting. Although when you're turkey hunting, you're supposed to be, I don't know how many other people were with him. Does it say it was just him and his father?
Let's read through this. Man accidentally shot and killed his 9-year-old son while they were hunting. Apparently, he mistook the boy for a turkey. This guy, Bill Plain, and his son Hunter.
Oh, jeez, what a coinky dink.
He was the hunted.
What a coinky dinky.
Was hunting turkey about 3 miles west of, Bill Plain. All right, this guy's name was Anthony. Around 6:30 p.m. Saturday, when Anthony shot his son in the chest with a 12-gauge shotgun.
Youch.
Blammo.
Ow.
And they said what gave it away was he said, "Who is that?" And the kid said, "No one here but us turkeys."
Pow. Pull the trigger.
Thank you.
There's really not much else on this story, just stupidity.
Yeah, it's usually some stupid fucking thing.
How bad do you want to shoot a turkey that you're not like double checking to make sure it's not your
Exactly.
son?
Where the hell's my kid? No idea.
Well, the worst part of this, it was in Pathmark, and his boy was holding a frozen bird, and the father shot it.
Hunting, I guess hunting accidents are pretty good ways of getting rid of somebody. Sure. If you want to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Like you want to take somebody hunting, and then you're like, oopsie, I had an accident. It's like on a cruise. Cruises are the second best, I think. Take people out on a cruise, you dump them over the edge, you go
push.
back down to the casino, get drunk, and go, I don't know, she went to bed.
A little push.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But don't combine the two. Don't say I was hunting on the boat.
Right.
And I shot her in the casino accidentally.
Or don't try pushing her over the edge when you're in the woods because she'll fall into the leaves and tell on you.
God. Let's go to Ernie in Buffalo. Ernie.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
Hey, Ernie.
I got to call and say thank you guys and thank you, Jimmy, because everything I've heard, all your stories, has actually helped me save my marriage by learning how to lay the pipe right on my wife.
Ooh, lay the pipe.
What did you learn?
So romantic.
I learned how to fuck her so good that even though I only see her 9 days in a month, all she does is dream about me coming.
What'd you do? Watch me and do the opposite? How'd you learn how to fuck her well? Get it?
Get it?
I learned by listening to yours and Patrice's stories and just saying, let me fucking drive it home for once and see what happens.
Patrice is a fucking creep who uses equipment and swings, and I'm inept.
Wait, you only see your wife 9 days out of the month?
Yeah, she's a flight attendant.
Oh, yeah.
boy.
Yeah, she's up to no good.
Oh, boy.
That's right.
What do you think?
She's a stew, huh?
She's a stew.
And so she's there with those young hotshot pilots?
Oh, dear God, half the... Hey, probably.
Some fucking ex-Air Force sergeant is fucking...
Sergeant?
Is fucking...
Why would he be flying?
Some guy that was dumping loads in Vietnam.
That's a good
Now
point.
the pilot of the plane that your wife is on.
Let me correct myself. Some ex-Air Force pilot of any rank is right now fucking... He tongues her asshole in a residence inn somewhere by Marriott.
I told her...
And when she gets back home, she just screams a lot louder to make sure you're off the trail.
Yeah, she's trying to throw you off.
Throw you off, right?
Oh, you guys are wrong. But thanks anyway. You guys take it easy.
All right. Everyone is telling us to go to this YouTube video. I heard about it. I don't know if it's good. It's called Queer for a Beer. It's guys reading shit from rent boys for free beer.
Yeah, that sounds like Jimmy's bit.
Yeah, we did that a while ago. We got more on the turkey story. It's Lisa in Minnesota. Lisa.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Love the show. Love you.
Thank you, Lisa.
I was going to tell you about the turkey thing.
Oh, goody.
All right.
Oh, goody. The dad actually told his son to go and stand in this one specific spot because he wanted this one specific turkey.
Oh, boy.
And the kid didn't stay there, and he came up on him thinking it was the turkey. The kid didn't stay there. He was only 9 years old, and that's when he shot him.
How do you shoot into just, like, obviously he was shooting into bushes.
Yeah.
And hits his kid. How do you not know your
See a little
target?
bit of the red.
What?
You know, turkeys got the little red thing on their chin.
Right, so what, did they give the kid a fucking red neck guard?
Yeah.
So what happened next?
That's when he shot him in the chest, and he didn't make it. And he was on somebody else's property that he wasn't supposed to be.
Oh, well, now that's trouble.
And murder your kid and trespassing.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Nice. That's all I know.
But you said it says you have more on the turkey story. So what happened next?
Just that was it, that he was hiding behind the tree, and he told his kid just stay there. He went around, and the kid did not stay there, and that's why he left his kid out in the middle of the woods.
And then what happened?
Jimmy.
Jimmy's eating. What happened? We're trying to get to the bottom of the story.
That's it.
End of story.
Weed.
And the story is, that's it.
So I called.
All right,
End of
Lisa,
story.
thank you.
Said he was going crazy down by the lake.
We got an inmate filing a restraining order against Grand Theft Auto.
I'm cooperating here.
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, this guy's a douche.
Well, this is the same guy.
He's tried to sue before.
Oh, he's the one that makes all these outrageous lawsuits. The last one he did was he's sued suspended NFL quarterback Michael Vick last year for $63 billion.
$63 billion.
Alleging Vick had ties to Al Qaeda.
Yes, this guy's a genius.
And he sued Michael Vick for $63 billion because of that.
Billion.
He also unsuccessfully sued Martha Stewart, New England Patriots coach Bill Belichick, President George Bush, Steve Jobs, and Britney Spears. And his latest one is, this guy should just be shot. An inmate residing at the Federal Corrections Institute, South Carolina, has filed a handwritten complaint against parties including Take-Two and Rockstar Games. On April 9th, inmate Jonathan Lee Riches, 31, filed a request for a temporary restraining order in court, claiming that the defendant put me in prison. He's claiming that Grand Theft Auto put him in prison. The inmate stated defendants contributed plaintiff committing identity theft. Defendants' games show sex, drugs, and violence, which offends me. So he's
offended by the game,
right?
So he got into identity theft,
right?
And now he's suing the game. It's not even close.
Why is the media giving this guy? Oh, we're part of the media, I guess. So
yeah,
we
just gave him attention.
But defendants put me in prison, he says.
Stupid media. Oh, wait.
I face imminent danger from violent inmates who played Grand Theft Auto who will knock me out and take my gold Jesus cross.
These stories are bizarre. Bizarro.
What? Oh, yeah, Ant's in the new Grand Theft Auto game, and here's the commercial he sings for that fine beer as we take another break.
Piss Whisser.
Yeah, it's Opie and Anthony.
Piss Whisser.
Last night I think I shit the bed. Got so drunk I gave a dude head. Life is just a merciful blur when you pop a piss wasser. Piss wasser, don't drink it slow. 3 a.m. buy some blow. Sleep in the bathroom on the floor. What really matters anymore? All the crap you do all day. Who fucking cares? Anyway, it's water, this is beer. Drive drunk off of beer. It's water, drink all day. It helps your troubles go away. Yeah, yeah. Pisswasser, cheap German lager for export only.
Moving right along. Danny brought some
cocaine for the show. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you. Microsoft internal promo videos. What's this about?
Well, you know how sometimes companies, to like boost morale, they'll produce and release some kind of video for all the employees to get psyched about.
And they never do.
No.
It never works.
And they're always douche chilly and cringeworthy. And I got 2 of them are from Microsoft. One's really, really old. It's from when they just released like 386.
All right.
And they were trying to show you all the capabilities it could do.
What's 386?
The old school Windows, like 3.1. Not even, I think it was before 3.1, actually.
Yeah.
It was like DOS version of Windows. It was terrible. And the other one is from the new service pack for Vista, which just hit like this weekend, and the video is so atrociously terrible that Microsoft actually had to like put out a comment and say like, oh, we did it purposely to be campy like that. But you just know, yeah, you just know they did.
They got called out on it.
Yeah.
We were goofing.
It's no goof.
It's a little joke.
No, it's no goof.
They don't know how to
Humor.
joke.
Can we see it?
Yeah.
The actual video, but here's the audio for the Microsoft 386 internal promo video.
And this thing is like 15 minutes long too, and this is just a small part where this
don't
like,
worry, we're not doing the whole thing. We got a little taste for everybody.
Bill Gates said, what did he say? This is the only computer you'll ever need.
No,
when it
Bill
first
Gates
came
had
out.
a quote from a long time, like early 80s, where he said like something like 256 KB was the most memory anybody would ever need.
He's right. That's all I have. I have a document stored on my computer.
A document.
That's right. It's a laundry list, and I plan on upgrading. How much is 256 KB? Like,
It's nothing. It's
Oh my
it's
God.
like barely a picture. It's not even a picture these days.
No, come on, really?
256K? Everything's at least megs.
Wow.
At this point.
And he really said that back in the day?
Yeah.
Could you store,
See, he
like...
didn't see the capability of the computer, really.
I don't think anybody really knew what kind of capacity it was going to be used for.
Most of your pictures that you take are at least a meg or so.
If not more. I mean,
more. Yeah.
Like Eric's camera, he takes those big high res.
High
they're
res.
Like, each one's like 20
It's
megs.
like that. And that's like 250K. You need 1,000K just to make 1 meg.
So
you're getting like a quarter of a megabyte.
Fair enough. I remember my buddy Joe, he's a comedian, and I remember we were at Dangerfields one night, and he was saying, I updated my computer, and I have a gigabyte of memory. Like, he had added to his hard drive, and I was like, a gigabyte? Like, I knew a little about computers, and like, that sounds like a lot.
Wait, a giga of hard drive space, not RAM.
Not RAM.
Okay.
Hard drive space.
Yeah.
And we couldn't, like, gigabyte. Like, it just sounded
that
like,
was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I remember that guy, the sound guy over at AAF. He said when he was running Pro Tools, to do all the sound, he goes, "Dude, I just got a hard drive, and it was a couple of hard drives." He goes, "It equals a gig." I was like, "Get the fuck out of here, a gigabyte!"
No, that's nothing. Well, listen to this awful rap. Just a taste of this promotional video from the late 80s, mid 80s. Do we know about?
This has to be like 1984 or 5.
All right, mid. Let's call it mid.
Uh-oh. These are 1, 2, 3 files. That doesn't look like 1, 2, 3.
It's na. 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, but don't worry, William. Just hand the disk to me. I've got several applications looking mighty slick, running under Windows 386. In one of the windows, I've got 1, 2, 2, 2, 3 running at the same time as the others. Can't you see? I can cut and paste your files into my report,
Nice.
or I can make them look better with Microsoft Chart. Choices, what I got. Now I'm gonna show
Scratching
you
was
how
good.
to make this thing work hot.
Up in accounting, nothing ever looks hot.
Good music, though. Yeah.
Stand back, William, stand back. Windows 386 is on the attack.
On the attack, huh?
Someday we'll be using these to download kiddie porn. Watch the little lad cry and scream and yell while I trade pornography on LimeWire.
That is awful. Let's say hi to Keith in Jersey. Keith, what's up?
Jeffo,
Hey, Keith.
Hey, Jimmy, this is the Mac consultant you had asked to call a couple weeks ago. We talked.
Oh.
But Bill Gates' original quote back then was 640K ought to be enough for anybody.
Wow. 640.
That was close. He might have missed. He missed the mark a bit there, huh?
Fuck yeah! I got a computer with 2 gigs. I mean,
2 gigs.
That's right. I have shit videos on it.
Hey, Jim, did you get all your Mac stuff worked out?
Yeah, I got a lot of it worked out. It seems like a lot of the updates help. Thanks, man. I'm not 100%, but I'm getting there.
Yeah.
But thank you, bro.
All right. I'm a Piscataway, so if you ever need any Mac help,
All right,
you
thanks,
have to
man.
Take my number offline.
Okay, I'll fucking maybe we'll meet in a fucking rest area and you could show me through a hole in the stall. 2 men just talking Mac.
Sucking each other's cocks.
All right, brother.
Fucking Mac.
Thanks, man. That's right. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, I'm having a problem.
Let's
Good.
So they don't have an well, they do have an excuse for that one because it's kind of dated. It's really old. But you're telling me the next one is from very recent?
Yeah, this is like from
last year or whatever.
Last year, probably over
A
the
few
weekend.
months ago?
Over the weekend,
Oh, it just
this
came
thing
out?
was released. Yeah, that's why it's floating around YouTube now.
Okay,
so it's pretty hot. So this because Microsoft just came out with like SP1 for Vista, which is like the service pack,
Right.
plug
And-
holes and stuff.
And this was so bad they actually had to make a statement saying we were just kind of
Yeah, they said, "Oh no, we knew it was campy, we knew it was awful. That was the point." But
and they hired a Bruce Springsteen sound-alike band.
yeah, like the whole concept is like it's supposed to be like the Born to Run video.
It sounds like the Pisswasser.
A little bit.
commercial.
This operating system was born to suck. Fuck Windows.
Last year, when Vista was new, you sold the optimized desktop value. That's a pitch that never fails. You saw lots of sales, but some enterprises then wait and see. We don't want to adopt early. Well, that's over 'cause of SP1 and our ecosystem. If they have been waiting, no more hesitation.
They're singing about patching their fuck-ups.
I know. That's bizarre. That's exactly what they're talking about.
You fucked up.
We fucked up. Here it is in song. Da da da.
When they see the improvements in security.
That's right.
The desktop and mobility.
We've installed Meat Spin on your desktop.
Gotta get me some.
Gotta get me some.
Clarence Clemens part.
Microsoft application.
So I could get to masturbation.
See what's on it.
She hasn't even reached menstruation.
And there's hacker and virus detection.
Oh, they're redoing Dancing in the Dark.
Yeah.
The video's Dancing in the Dark.
Oh, did I get that wrong?
Yeah.
Diagnostic and recovery tools set.
This is so bad.
This is
So
horrendous.
bad. Yeah, they're goofing on Dancing in the Dark. The video.
What's the point of this?
I don't know.
Like, what do? They have too much money.
It was supposed to
They
like
have
psych
too
up their...
much money, and they have to like.
It's like well made and like produced and everything.
Yeah.
And this was like supposed to like hype up their sales force. Like every computer doesn't come with fucking Vista in the first place.
Yeah.
Like who are they selling it to? Is my question. And I love how they have to title their service pack like Service Pack 1 because they already foresee more bullshit down the road.
Yeah.
Right.
SP1.
That's right.
Then there'll be more to
yes,
come.
We know this operating system sucks dick, but we got to fix it. Ooh. Oh, they stink.
Might as well get rid of the Wendy's training video today.
Yeah,
though.
these all kind of fit in the same bucket.
Same shitty category, same shit bucket.
But that is how much Windows money Microsoft has. It's like they like, all right, we got to make a little video to kind of tell the employees, buy the rights for Dancing with the Dark.
Yeah.
Or In the Dark, whichever one you can get your hands on. Dancing with the Dark is no good. That's the Heidi Klum's theme song.
Nice.
Where dad doesn't welcome you back home from prom.
What's the Wendy's video all about?
Well, I guess when you decide that you're going to start your career at Wendy's, they give you an instructional video to watch to like show you how to mop the floor and how to make the burgers and when to flip
Show
them.
Dave Thomas grabbing his chest and falling to the floor from eating it.
And then R. Bud Dwyer in a Wendy's hat, which is what you want to be doing if you're fucking starting a career there. If you want to work your way up to fucking district manager, just fucking pull a pistol out of a bag and shoot yourself in the fucking...
All right, let's take a listen to this.
Yeah, they're all very musical to try and hook the youngsters.
Now working the grill, Bill, it ain't so tough. But first of all, you got to check your stuff. Like a grill that's fed, 250 with the meat and cheese that's ready to go.
Yeah.
A towel to keep your station looking cool.
This can't be an instructional
I
video.
swear, these are so real, and you have no idea how many companies actually give.
Oh, burgers, yeah. Oh, burgers are bigger.
Tastes better when you cook that.
Yes.
That's right. What the hell? Work here till you get... All right. Oh, no, I had it.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Simple self.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry, Jimmy.
It's all right.
Your station looking cool. But most of all, you got to have your tool.
Nice guitar work.
Are you with me now?
No.
Get ready. We're gonna lay them down. Now beats got grain to it just like wood. You got to follow the arrow to lay it down like you should. From the front to the back, you got to lay it down. Face it evenly, not scattered around. Next,
I hope this guy got the shit beat out of him in the hood when he got back home. Hey guys, I did a motherfucking Wendy's commercial and shit. I did an instruction video.
It's still better than the Sugar Hill Gang. This is way better than Rapper's Delight ever was.
Was he saying meat's got a grain to it and you gotta lay it down the right way?
Yeah,
or else it sucks?
I guess if you cook it wrong, it tastes horrible.
Yeah.
He's fucking dealing with idiot employees. He had to show them where the arrow was.
Yeah.
You have to go the direction of the arrow.
Direction of the arrows, you retard.
Look at this guy.
Next, you got to salt the meat from the back to the front to make the taste complete. Not too little, not too much. With a little finesse, you'll get the touch. What's coming up next is our key to success. We'll turn the meat and do a 400 press. Don't wait too long, I emphasize, or the meat won't reach the proper size. When things start to sizzle, you're ready to go. Gently turn the meat, but don't be slow. Just turn them over easily. We don't want a broken patty, that's a guarantee. Press out the corners, 1, 2, 3, 4. Rock it a bit, are you keeping score? Top and bottom,
looks like
left
shit.
and right, and you'll get a patty that's out of sight. Press out the corners, nice and wide, at least half an inch on both sides.
Yeah. And here's something you want to avoid, you big-tongued fucking silly-head mongoloid.
Now you gotta do your work, and you gotta do it good. You should have been left in the dumpster behind Planned Parenthood. And you gotta work fast, and you gotta work hard, because after all, you're just a big-tongued retard.
When you're done with work, you can go home, even though you're lacking a chromosome.
Or when you're done with work, you can go home even though they hate looking at you because you got Down syndrome. That's a lot of words to shoehorn in there.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
We're on the cuff here.
I know, I'm acting like this is a real song. I act like I'm creating with Prince.
Danny, go find Don't Copy That Flappy.
What?
Another rap song called Don't Copy That Flappy.
Okay.
What happened? Now this doesn't want to work? Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Oh, that's not right.
Oh, no. Oh, now, oh, boy. Now what do we do? Oh, no. What do we do now? Oh, no. Oh, boy.
What's going on?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, no. And wide, at least half an inch on both sides. The reason you press, you gotta think, when the meat hits the grill, it starts to shrink.
We start shrinking when we hit that grill. You know it will. We
Burger's
start
sinking?
shrinking when we hit that grill. You know it will.
When you see red juices on the top of the meat, it's time to give the turn and press a repeat. Do it again just like you did before. Do the four-corner press just one time more.
It's complicated.
Now once you press this the second time, don't press them again because the meat's just fine. But when you see red juices rise, turn the patty over to the other side. Don't scrape the grill, we want it wet, you see. And keep the meat moist so it's hot and juicy. When the meat's red juices no longer rise, you can serve that patty, it'll win a prize. It takes about 4 minutes to cook, but just to make sure you can have a look. Use your tool and double check, it should be gray and moist to be correct. And order's place, you're ready to go. Drain the meat, just like so. Once the draining is totally done, place the patty squarely on the heel of that bun. Now there you go, Billy, you give it a shot. Don't be afraid, I think you're gonna be...
Yeah.
I'm just
If a cop comes and orders this shit, top it off with a gob of spit. You know, because black people don't like cops. They spit on their food.
That's funny.
You got to laugh. You didn't have to explain.
I felt I had to explain.
They were laughing.
right.
I had no confidence.
They were
I was
laughing.
explaining it before the punchline.
Don't listen to the blue-eyed devil's lies. Fuck Wendy's. Go to Popeyes. Yeah, just reaching. Anything racist, just reaching.
That's right.
We got Mike in Florida. Mike, you watched this video as a
Mike?
former employee of Wendy's?
Yeah, it was about 18 years ago. That brought back some really bad memories.
Ooh, what the fuck is that picture?
Sorry.
Yeah, what are you looking at, Dan? You just
Girl's
distracted
legs
the whole
are
show.
open.
She had a schoolgirl schoolgirl skirt on.
I love
her
a girl
legs
with open legs.
Mike, so it just brings back memories, and you figured you should call. Go.
And I realized you're sitting there watching that video, and you realize what a mistake you made.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't be looking forward to your career. You know that in a law office, they're not showing you what's the equivalent of a literacy test. You know, and you got to pick up the pencil and give them to the boss and look in. It's a death penalty case, and it can't be lost.
It's always some stupid fucking lame ass job that you got that they have to fucking sing it to you so you remember.
Brilliant.
What were the words? The four corners I got to push down?
Yeah,
and don't be a clown? What?
And don't ever frown.
Mike, what did you do with your life? You started by watching that video at Wendy's. Now what?
I'm a FedEx courier now.
All right, so you got a good gig. There you go.
Step up in the right direction.
Right on, man. All right, thanks for listening.
All right.
Bye-bye. Frunkus to you too, sir. Let's do line of the day. It's brought to you by AshleyMadison.com.
Ashley Madison.
Unless Danny can find Don't Copy That Flappy. Now I got to hear Don't Copy That Flappy. AshleyMadison.com. They have success stories. I hear that commercial over and over again on XM about the latest success story, which is the same success story from a month or two ago. But it's their latest success story. Hey, if you want to cheat, go to AshleyMadison.com. That's what I say. Here is a runner-up line of the day. You're plugging in remotes?
I'm mixing some paint.
All right, guys.
I got a greased asshole. Greased asshole.
Very nice. Very nice. Oh, my God. It's got to that point.
What, squeaky chair?
Squeaky chair radio. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Chair.
I didn't even mean for it.
Just do squeaky chair again.
Good stuff.
I feel like we're doing old-time radio. Who's in there?
As the door opened.
That's right. Who is that? Someone's knocking. They're continuing to knock. I'm shitting. I can't answer the phone. I'm shitting into a Japanese girl's mouth wearing a wedding dress, and we're filming it by blocking out her pubic hair. I'll boo myself.
Let's go to Jeremy in New Jersey. Jeremy, what's up?
Another shit
Too late now.
Jeremy!
I know. Hold on. Let's talk to Johnny on the spot.
That must have made E-Rock cum in his pants.
What's that, sir?
Oh, the greasy meat and cheese.
Okay, that's not bad. Yeah.
All right, here's another runner-up line of the day.
It's like all right, we got to make a little video to kind of tell the employees, buy the rights for Dancing with the Dark.
Yeah.
Or In the Dark, whichever one you can get your hands on. Dancing with the Dark is no good. That's the Heidi Klum's theme song.
Didn't that just happen?
Yes.
On this,
We're that good.
didn't that just happen?
What? I don't. Never mind.
Here's another runner-up line of the day.
I got you, stupid.
Here's the thing. I don't go.
Dummy and share.
Thank Rich Voss for calling the show today.
That was very funny.
The final runner-up line of the day.
In the cold. He doesn't shiver in the cold. He shivers from douche chills from his parents.
Want to thank the belly dancer for stopping the show today. Thank you.
Belly dancing.
Thank you, pretty mama.
And here is...
Well, there's a bonus runner-up that just got...
Oh,
because of
shit.
the Heidi
Wow,
Klum
under the
thing, I think.
wire. Wow. All right. One more runner-up line of the day.
Did you just walk out of the bedroom saying, please keep it down?
No. Down.
As opposed to when he's in the bedroom, when she's like, could you please keep it up?
Good one.
AshleyMadison.com. Here is your line of the day.
Here comes line of the day. Line of the day.
Blah, 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 blah.
The time for healing was when the poor lad was laying on his belly for a week.
Come on, you fucking on my bedtime.
God, that gave me that was first thing out of the gate.
That was early on.
That was fucking 6:03.
Wow.
A child rape joke. Jesus Christ. No wonder no one likes us. That was a damn good one.
All right. Quick out today. Thanks to the studio audience. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, who's this? My name is William and I like to wear dresses.
R.
Yeah.
E.
Goodness gracious.
T.
Yeah.
A. R. D. Retard. Yeah. Woo. B. Retarded. B. Retarded. B. Retarded. B. Retarded.
Stomp your hands and clap your feet. Retardation can't be beat.
You know we retarded.
And they with women and I like to wear dresses.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.